T.A.5.T.
With private street.
These are 5 things. 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 These are 5 things.
With private street.
Ooh, yeah, smooth. Yak is there. He is.
And
Smooth.
Yeah.
private
Well,
street.
smooth my balls. Was that such a smooth transition?
Wow. Speaking of smooth balls, Mark, have you done your first
Holiday shopping?
shave of the summer?
Yes, I have. In fact, actually,
Very
I did it,
nice.
a few weeks ago, I did it.
For those of you out there who don't know, because you haven't heard us talk about it about 47 times already, Mark Schroeder has got a smooth scrotum. Okay, this guy shaves it all, baby, with a
Naturally
Bic
smooth.
razor.
Yeah.
With a Bic
It's not a Bic.
single. Oh,
It is a single, yeah. It's not
single.
It's one of those single. I use a multitude of tools, but I wouldn't have
my
to
God.
if the good people at Smooth
Exactly.
My Balls
That's
would
right.
just get their act
Yeah.
together and send
Get their
us
act
that
together.
free sample.
I don't
Please.
think they're a real person. Has anyone
Well-
actually seen the machine?
Has anyone ever met?
was that a
Mr.
sock
Smooth
that you
My
just
Balls?
wiped your face with?
I mean, might as well be. Just a nice towel that was nearby. You know,
looks very-
Here we go.
Looks like sock material to me.
Hey!
Oh, that's
Magic. Stop,
Bring it
stop
on.
trying to show us your magic tricks, Yak. God.
That we have not addressed that David isn't here. I
David,
think
these
maybe we
are
shouldn't
5
I'm
address-
sorry. Oh, I
These
didn't
are four.
notice.
These are
I
four
didn't even
things this
notice.
evening, folks.
Yeah.
Didn't notice he wasn't here.
Get some of these.
Oh, you know, he is lurking in the chat if
He is
if
lurking.
memory
He
serves.
was.
Well, Dylan,
He
very
was
low.
lurking in the
Oh,
chat.
very
Pump him
low.
up,
That might
pump
be my bad. Let me check.
Okay.
Dave, who?
Unpump.
Exactly.
Aw.
Exactly, Brissy Joe. Listen, I think it's important that I keep up the hatred for David. If he's here or if he's not here, I'm going to give him as much shit as I normally would. Okay?
Wow.
Because this show without
Check,
the
check,
vitriol
check.
for
That's fair.
David, I
That's
don't
fair.
know what the show is, honestly.
The show was
Wow.
originally titled Vitriol for David.
But
Exactly.
y'all, did you see what Rue said?
What did Rue say?
I won't come
No.
Oh
on.
no.
Might have to.
Oh.
Well,
y'all,
we're
we
gonna have
might
a bit of an
to
issue.
No.
Drag it out,
Drag it out,
more
stretch
things.
it out.
Drag
I
it
will
out, drag it
negotiate
out.
with Ruha. You guys find David stat. We'll do this.
We don't.
We'll split.
Oh wow, we got an impression challenge of Dave Brown.
Whoa.
By African
Okay, let me see here. Alright. So let me see. Okay.
He
You
does
guys.
say that a lot.
I feel like really awkward in public. I don't
Okay.
really know how to be like with a friend group.
He does
Pretty
say
good.
that a lot.
Pretty good. Pretty
He goes, kitten fart.
There it is. There it is. You know what? I thought that was a great part.
Fart?
How
Didn't
about
mind
this?
that
How
one
about
at
this?
all.
How about this version of David, where he does this thing? I did the whole thing. I didn't try and stop it. I just let it happen.
Yes.
And that's where I am.
That's
That's
I
exactly.
like that. That's
Very
really
good.
The quiet David, where he does that.
Yeah.
No, I did that. I farted 4 times. It wasn't the fifth time. Fifth time, a little bit of doo-doo. A little bit of doo-doo came out.
I nailed
What did I
him.
do?
You nailed him.
That's really good. I feel like mine
It's
was
more like
still
Barack
better.
Obama. It sounded more like.
but-
Yeah, I mean, Dave's a lot like Barack Obama.
Yeah, he's
How about
such
this-
a politician.
How about this one? It's just a look. Okay.
Oh, wow. Nailing
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. How y'all
These were
doing?
all
Oh.
perfect
I
impressions.
see y'all.
Buddy's in the
Luckily-
chat.
Buddies in the
Buddies
chat.
in the
Ooh.
chat.
Buddies in the
Buddies
chat,
and
buddy.
The fuck is that shit?
Sort
The
of,
fuck
kind
is
of.
that
The
shit?
truth is, we can't imitate David because there is only one and only David, and we love him, and we
Yeah.
miss him,
That is true. Wow.
and we hope wherever he is that he's pooping smoothly.
Yes.
He's not.
I wanted to poop. No.
I want to get a refund for the impression challenge. I want a refund. Give me my money back.
It's basically
Cartman.
Beavis. Yeah, Beavis meets Cartman.
So
Cartman.
David can't be on the show,
Sound
but
right.
he wants to be in the chat a lot. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, he
He's
wants
a part
to-
of a. He's a part of a show.
Rue, I know
Bart
you're
Simpson.
backstage.
Thank you, Jay
I hope
Carr.
you're cool with that. He's gonna be in the chat. He might not be in the show.
Look
but-
alive.
Eat
Rue.
my shorts.
He's
You know?
lurking.
Yeah. But just to say, I personally, I'm doing great.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, just to go
Good.
back to
we
that.
should check in. We should check
That
in.
OG question. Doing
Good.
great. My Real Housewives of New York City doing great. There's a new
Oh.
housewife, Ebony. She is fantastic. She
Wow.
might actually
New
be my
housewife.
all-time favorite.
Ebony, your favorite cast member of all time on a Real Housewives.
This is
That's
that
huge.
sounds like a whole topic
breaking
that you
news.
might need to say.
I know. But Portia Williams, also from Real Housewives of Atlanta, is also my favorite. She's a real comedian. She's a Lucille Ball of the Housewives franchise.
That's cool.
So I don't want to put Ebony before Portia.
Right.
But that's where I'm at. So I'm
it.
feeling pretty
Ooh.
good.
Maja Cat,
Thank you so
100
much.
bits. Oh,
Maja.
Wow.
so nice.
Oh, what the love.
Wow. Maja Cat.
Somebody wants to put
everyone.
Dave's face on a sex bot? What's happening?
Is that a Always Sunny in Philadelphia shout out? They do that with Dennis at one point.
A sex doll version of that person?
We didn't do a looping video for Dave this time. We didn't prepare.
Well,
we
we
didn't-
didn't have as much. Were you
Headway.
gonna say the same thing, Annie's? Yeah, we didn't have as much heads up.
Need.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Or
thought you were
need.
going to say need.
Yeah,
I
no one,
feel like
no one really wants to see his face.
No, I feel like
looping.
everybody would
Yeah.
have missed. I mean, I'm so sorry
wow.
to say this myself, but I feel like
I
people might
mean,
have missed my
You
energy.
gotta say it. You gotta say it. yeah.
David's energy. I mean, I think we all missed the hoodie.
The hoodie.
That he
Right.
brings.
The hoodie energy.
The cats walking in the back. Yeah.
The cat's
Cat
walking in the
energy.
background.
Big cat energy.
Sometimes a tie-dye shirt.
Mhm.
We missed the
Oftentimes a
tie-dye
tie-dye shirt.
energy. But I think we all could say it's safe to say that the show really doesn't need David. Just
Oh,
kidding.
that's the thesis.
That's the thesis. That would be my thesis statement.
I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon. I'm
You
gonna
never
say
would.
Show,
You
I'm
never
gonna
would.
show this show needs David.
Yeah.
This show needs Annie East. This show
Wow.
needs Mark. This show
Wow.
needs Dylan. This show needs that big banana.
I guess what I'm saying
Needs
is that
yak.
I mean
Yak.
we all know I love David, and this show
Yeah.
absolutely needs David, but it
course.
doesn't need the kitten fart. So this
No,
is
no,
all
no.
stemming from the kitten fart. I think the chat knows that. I think the chat knows that
I
I
think
love
the show
David.
should be. I think the show should be just David.
Oh wow! I mean, I think that would
Mark,
work.
I'm going the other way.
One
It's a
or the
weird-
other.
It's a weird other option. It's just.
All
Well-
David or no David.
Yeah, right.
Yak did save our bacon because Yak is running the show, as you could tell.
Yes, we
Yeah.
thought we were 2 seconds away from just sending y'all a Zoom link. And,
Right. Yeah.
And Yak was able to save the day.
Yak, you're really killing it over there. I just want you
Oh,
to know.
I'm
Yeah,
pressing a
look at
lot
that.
of things, and
You're
I wanna
running the
change
show with a
layout.
sock
Yeah,
as a
this
damn
is-
bread.
This is a reminder for everyone, but I'm pretty sure this is basically towards me because I have
Yeah.
not responded
Ah.
yet, and I'm sorry, and I will respond.
I also don't. I typically don't respond. I just think it's a given
Yeah.
that
Right. But
and Amelia
still nice to RSVP.
will be in attendance. Okay,
I really
will.
do. I need to.
I will. Not only
He's
that,
so used to
I'll
me not
text you right
RSVPing.
now. I'll text, and
During the
you'll probably get
Wow.
it by the time.
So what's going
The
on with
delay
someone's
happens.
fan? Is it pulsating? Is this a pulsating fan we've got?
It's my fan.
'Cause
I'm
now
gonna
it's
turn that off
on.
real quick.
And then it goes off.
I've been muting myself because of a dog barking.
Mm-hmm. As your
Can you
dog.
hear that too? Can you
Yeah.
hear the dog?
Yeah, I can hear the dog, but you know what? I don't mind it so
Yeah,
much.
I can hear the dog.
I mean, I can hear the dog.
Alright, well, let me pop them off.
Well, that's one way to get rid of a fan.
I just pop. I'm just using this interface like it's no big deal.
Dang,
Oh, man,
dude.
don't get too good. Don't try and
No,
replace
as
the
soon as
man.
my audio drops out, I'm like, David, please help me. But David is the hero. He was here. He came here real late after work. He gave me a crash course on how to use this thing, and here we are. We're doing the show. We're stoked for our guests. We're
Yes.
stoked for the chat.
Yep.
Y'all, I'm excited. This is great. This
It's
is
gonna be a
great.
good time.
Damn,
really
Yak. Have you ever thought about being an MC?
MC?
Yeah.
Whoa!
MC Hammer?
Hammer. Exactly.
Have you ever thought about being MC Hammer?
Yeah, have you ever thought about that?
Hi, I work for Hollywood Boulevard.
Chat cat.
You
Chat
said
cat.
MC when I did.
Chat cat.
I used to love MCing. It was very fun.
I was gonna say, yeah, you'd be great at emceeing.
I think now probably a little better because I've practiced improv. Like before, I only had my jokes, so I was like, all right, if something goes bad, I can just say jokes. But now I feel like, yeah, you can just kind of talk to people, look at them in the eye, ask them how they're doing.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Listen. You can just listen.
You can just listen. But listen,
Amen.
y'all, should we just kind of get into it? You know,
Let's bring
let's
her
get
on. I
into
need
it.
some
let's
Ruha
bring
in my
them
life.
on. Let's
bring them on.
Them on. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you,
I'm
Annie.
All good.
so
Good,
sorry.
good.
No
All good.
sorries. Let's just get it correct. It's all
Yeah.
Let's
good.
get it correct. Let's get it
All good.
correct.
We're
Good
going
for
back.
all of us to
Annie,
remember.
would you like to do the honors, please? I would
Oh
love
my
for you to do the
God.
honors.
Okay, you guys listen. You are in for a real treat because who you are going to get to meet
Perfect so far.
is one of the funniest, one of the most groundbreaking,
Oh.
one of those performers in
So
which they
talented.
take the stage and
Yes.
you never know what they're going to do. But what
Yes.
you do know is that you are going to be entertained.
a true entertainer.
They are going to break
Yeah.
some rules.
Ooh.
They are going to meet you halfway and you are going to come together in a comedy explosion.
And then they're going to
Wow.
pull you up because it's 50-50 and you think the game's
right.
here and then they
Wow,
grab
look
you
at
and
this.
pull you vertically.
That's right.
That's what it is.
What a intro.
Let's bring Ruha on.
Tremendous laugher as well.
Right.
Tremendous.
Gentlemen,
and-
one of the
everyone.
greatest all-time laughers and support.
Oh,
If you
Shanson with the follow.
if Ruha is at your show, you are a lucky motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
The Ruha laugh of approval.
let's
The
bring
Ruha
Ruha
laugh.
Without
approval.
further ado.
Ruha.
Without further ado.
Ruha
Ha.
Taslimi.
Yeah. Oh, we got a Bond villain here.
Oh my God. Ruha, saying your name just now gave me a wave of memory of Characters Welcome. When I got to introduce you every night
That goes deep.
for
yeah.
those perfect 6
Oh, there it
months.
goes.
What
There it
year are we
is.
talking? What
Not every-
remind us what year are we talking?
2008 to 18.
2009. It was a
2009
2009 to 2000 and dawn.
Exactly.
So it was.
It's a good span. It was
That's
a
what we
Night
call the
to
before
dawn.
times and the after times.
Now, Ruha, these teeth you have are pearly white.
Wow.
This is turning into a Red Riding Hood.
That is
Yeah,
a
wait.
pearly white smile.
Anais, what are you
Can we
setting
get
up
your
right
beauty
now?
secrets?
Good chompers.
It was your teeth secrets.
Teeth grits.
Listen, I am always just interested if people are bleaching or if it's just a certain
Bleaching?
toothpaste or if it's a
They're all
flossing
fake?
situation that's going on. Because
100%
when I
veneer?
see a nice smile, I've got to ask.
Okay,
I've got to
yeah.
ask the regiment.
Let's hear.
What is?
Thank you for liking my smile.
It's a beautiful smile. With those red headphones too, you are killing it right now.
Smoothmyteeth.com. Yeah.
And Rue, your audio sounds great. Your video
Oh,
sounds
great.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
You look great.
This is a great tech. Okay, we're going to bring you into the show now. So
Oh,
three.
okay.
Oh, and now
Yeah, this was
so
just a
what
test.
up, everybody? Here we are. These are
And we just
things.
go off. And then would just be Yak's perfect tech.
No, but what is the secret, Rue?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
What is the teeth? Are you doing anything special? Did you go to the dentist yesterday?
Just regular.
Haven't been to the dentist since before the pandemic.
Yes,
Me neither.
yes.
Me neither,
Makes
Rue. Me
sense,
neither.
makes
Me
sense,
neither.
makes
I'm right
sense.
there with you.
I do floss. I don't drink coffee.
I was gonna say
That's
that's,
huge.
probably.
Yeah.
What's your wine
Oh.
sitch?
Oh, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, you're already
Ruha doesn't
yeah,
drink,
you're,
yeah.
you're gangbusters, yeah.
I mostly drink
Toothpaste.
Topo Chico. Please
Oh my
sponsor
God.
me.
Okay, Topo
Ooh,
Chico
yeah.
is my jam as
Love
well,
language.
Rue.
Send Ruha free Topo
I think
Chico,
we have two
please.
12-packs of Topo Chico in the kitchen right now.
Prove
Oh,
it.
Outrageous. If I touch them, I get electrocuted and die. That's the
Every
rule
time
here.
I order groceries, I get 2 of the 12 packs to keep in storage. Don't want to run out.
Right.
Just-
Yeah.
You gotta have that inventory in
You
there.
gotta have it
100%.
pumping
You
through.
got it.
Gotta pump- Are you refrigerating yours or yours room temperature?
refrigerated. I
Okay.
drink like one. I probably drink one a day. It's like usually my evening treat drink, and then I have water.
Yeah.
or-
But
Rue,
there's
were you-
no calories in that, right? There's no.
Oh no, no, no.
No,
It's
but
just
the
carbonated
but the
water.
carbonation isn't that. Like I was like, oh, I shouldn't have mentioned it with my teeth. My dentist would be mad.
That's true. It's
Yeah,
not
they
good
do
for
hate
your
it.
Don't
bones.
like
And your dentist is watching, right? Your dentist and
Oh,
And
yeah.
my dentist
Let's
is
bring 'em out.
watching.
Shout out.
Check his tech. Check his tech first.
Please, and
Check.
welcome my dentist.
You're just gonna get.
I
a
can't
cleaning
wait.
during the show.
I have a lot of
Ruha's-
questions.
Ruha's root canal.
I did go to
Oh,
the
no.
dentist yesterday at 7 a.m.
You
and
did?
I did. I got a cleaning. Look, I've been bad with my mouth, my teeth, my gums for years.
Ooh, you've been bad with your mouth.
I've been
So
bad.
bad.
Max always
I
bad
couldn't
with
afford
his
it.
own.
I just couldn't afford it.
Boy.
Finally got insurance. Been taking advantage. And yesterday, for the first time in my entire life, the dentist said, A+ hygiene. A+.
Yak.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And then they were like, "Here, and how much? What else do you want to do? Do you want to add this? And do you want?" I was like, "Oh, okay. You're just trying to
The
butt
upsell.
like and pay all this stuff for."
Yak,
Yak.
when you left, did you get a sucker?
I didn't. I was a sucker. I paid. I think. Do you have insurance? And then I still leave there every time, paying like $300, $400.
Yeah, what's the point of insurance?
That's bullshit. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
There's some stupid ass insurance out there.
But anyways, it's not about my teeth and gums.
Well-
But hey,
rude.
congratulations,
rude.
Yak.
It is about your
Congratulations.
insurance,
Thank you. Wow,
Honestly,
thank you.
I always get the most condescending bullshit from dentists, and the worst is the dentist hygienist. They're always like, they ask me about
Never
flossing,
happy.
and it doesn't matter if I've flossed every single morning and evening. She's still going to do the same bullshit with me, which is like, oh yeah, that's a lot of blood. Well, that's why you need a floss. Your gums won't bleed like this if you floss, and it's like, I floss. I fucking
You're just
floss.
doing it wrong.
Well, here's the secret
Dental
too.
hygiene.
I don't.
I'm sorry,
floss.
Rue.
I don't floss every day,
No.
and sometimes I fall asleep before I brush my teeth that night. And so when they told me
Wow,
that
A+.
I was like, this lady might be drunk. She might be drunk.
She
might be
could.
working on my
7
teeth.
You
a.m.
got that
That's
drunk
fun.
dentist?
She was
Yeah.
Fun
asleep.
time.
Well,
Listen,
Does anyone-
I
Yeah,
coasted for a while dentally.
Okay.
Yeah?
And they were like, good. And I was just like, great. And I just was like, I know I wasn't doing anything, but you think I am.
uh-huh.
Nice.
But
That's
that
nice.
stopped. That
Yeah.
stopped at a certain point. And,
Right.
And
You
now
gotta-
I'm a major, I would never go back, major flosser.
That's
Flosser.
good.
But I only
Major
do-
flosser and major
I o-
flosser.
I only do once a day though.
Yeah. Just at
all
night.
you-
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
one-
You
one
don't
talking.
need to do the morning. You don't
Yeah,
need to do
kinda
I think
crazy,
that
right?
makes sense.
That would be nuts, unless
Uh,
you are a night eater. You know what I mean? Unless you're one of those sleepwalkers who eats food in the middle of the night, which is
Whoa.
a real
Which is
Well, really?
thing.
thing.
Our friend, all of
Okay,
our friend, Matt Cordova,
oh,
he's one of those
Cordova does?
sleepwalkers. He's one of
a
those
night
sleepwalkers,
eater.
and he could night eat. He
could.
usually is playing football in the middle of the night, but he could
Well, I
eat.
hope they're protecting
eat
the
in the middle of
baby.
the night.
They're hiding the baby
Yeah,
from
his
Baby.
baby's
you
gonna
don't want to
get.
toss that
him.
baby
He's
across
gonna
the room.
get
you know what I mean?
eaten. Yep.
Now, Lady Tom Hanks says, does anyone have a good dentist, Rex? Mine retired.
Oh, see, I drive so far to go to my dentist, and it's like in a shopping center next to a Subway and a Pilates studio. So I don't know what's good, man.
Yeah.
That practice, I still go there because I needed to go. I was gonna go out of town for like a week, and right before I had a real bad mouth thing where I was like, it was gross. So I'll spare you. But I called so many dentists to try to get seen, and everyone's like, yeah, we can see you in a couple months. And this was the only place that were like, come in tomorrow, we'll help you out. They cleaned me out, they helped me out, and I've been on this routine ever since. It really has been great. They are great. I'll Catherine Tubian, if you want to go to Beverly Hills or Westwood. It's not expensive. It's next to a Subway, so get a sub and get your teeth clean.
Don't get the
Damn.
tuna.
Well,
Damn.
welcome to our show, Tuesday.
To all of those. I had no
Wow.
idea that my compliment to Ruha would just take off like this.
Yeah.
One of our biggest.
I mean,
Real
I think I
outrageous
have
dental
something
conversation.
here. I think we should write
Gee.
a dentist, a book for dentists, a coffee table book for a dentist's office.
Wow. About us.
Took me a while to get
going
there.
to the dentist.
Yeah, just some stories about the dentist. Maybe a photograph, something, maybe an X-ray of our teeth. if you will.
Names of all of our dentists
There you
and
go.
local
A coffee table
chain
book.
sandwich restaurants that
Yeah.
are
There you
near
go.
them.
That are also in the center. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Pilates
Coffee
studio.
table book of dental X-rays.
There's a
Yeah.
California
TM.
there's a California chicken cafe near my
Okay.
dentist is a
Okay.
periodontist.
Okay.
So and I
okay.
go all the way to Woodland Hills. So
Okay.
No, I don't know what a
Dang.
periodontist
Come over to my
is.
neck of the woods.
What's a
they do-
periodontist?
that means they do surgical stuff, right?
It's
Yeah, on the
gums.
gums.
Surgeries on
Gums.
pterodactyls, I think.
Yeah.
I
It's
wonder
the-
if you. I wonder if we go to the same dentist. Mine's in Woodland Hills.
No,
Okay,
you
on
go
the-
to some
on the
guy in
count
the
of three.
woods. I don't think you go to the
Yeah.
same. You go to
There's
some man
no
in the,
way.
in the
I
forest.
see
of
the man in the
Topanga.
woods.
Okay.
I see the man in the woods.
Oh my God, you guys have the same dent?
Same exact guy.
We're gonna say it on the count of three.
Okay.
One,
One,
two,
2, 3.
Warner
Dr.
Center
Marin.
Dental.
Hey, you don't even.
I don't know.
Warner
I don't know
said-
his
you don't
name.
even know
I don't know his name.
name.
Della goes
There's-
1, 2, 3, big gray building off of Topanga
Oh my god.
All right. So now it's not the same guy.
It's not
Not the same guy. But you know what is the best thing ever? Is California Chicken Cafe.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Road. What
That
about
shit-
California Pizza Kitchen? Where you how do
No,
you-
fuck
what do you think
no.
about that?
Although
Oh,
they
okay.
do have a good
Different.
pea soup.
Violent, no,
California
all
Pizza
around.
Cafe.
And they do have
That's
good
what I'm
pea soup.
talking about, Yak. Let's combine them all.
You go to-
Taco Bell,
And
Pizza
then-
Hut.
Wait, you go to
Yes.
California
Uh-huh.
Pizza Kitchen for
Yep.
the soup?
Yes.
Okay.
They got all you can eat soup.
Listen, when you're lactose intolerant, a pizza cafe ain't the place you want to be.
That's
But I'll
true.
tell you what, their split pea soup is fucking phenomenal.
Soup City. Soup.
They don't put
Soup.
cream in it?
Very,
They don't put cream
high,
in that?
It's possible. Very high sodium levels. You're gonna balloon like a fucking balloon. Okay. You won't even be able to start your car with your fingers because they're just gonna be fucking
Oh my God.
blown up. Okay.
This sounds like horrible. This is
Yeah,
insult.
it's a horror story, a situation, but it's good.
Okay.
But goddamn, does it taste good?
Oh,
just
look
fell
who it
out of my
is. Look who it
seat.
is. Look who it
I
is.
just fell out of my chair.
Yeah, guys, remember, Dave is always going to be judging this show, so we
And
need to
he
be.
is watching
Oh,
from
right.
above. He
Right,
is
right,
watching.
And look at his little like whatever that little picture's called.
His icon.
Yeah, his icon is so judgmental, isn't it? Like he's like sitting there on the toilet just fucking judging the world.
It's the Bedunderwear guy.
Yeah.
It is the
Mm,
underwear
I
guy
like
for
that guy.
sure.
Rue, I haven't seen Rue in so long, and I was like, I need to catch up on what Rue's doing. I looked at I don't know when you made that reel that you have on the UCB site. It's amazing, first of all. I was like,
Ooh, sick.
you've done so many cool things, and one of the things that it pointed me to was Blocks. I was wondering if you can talk to us about Blocks a little bit.
Oh, Blocks is so cool.
Yeah.
It was this short film written and directed by Bridget Maloney, who was doing the IFC has a program for women directors. And so I don't even know how she found me. She saw me in some internet video. She hadn't ever met me, but she was a part of this Facebook mom group that has a lot of UCB moms in it, and I guess one of them had posted something with me, and she reached out for me to do this project, and it was so fun and great. And then we went to Sundance.
Yeah.
So
And how was
nice.
that? Was that so fun?
It was so great. It was the last big hurrah before quarantine.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, there was a moment where I was maybe not going to go, and I'm so glad that
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Totally, totally.
It was just expensive and whatever, and then I don't know. I went. My mom came with me, which was very cute.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
fun.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so cool.
Oh,
And
so
can we watch
fun.
that? Is that available somewhere to watch now?
It was. I don't know anymore. It's been
Yeah,
on and
yeah.
off.
The rights
Most
of it all. And
of
stuff.
my scene is in my reel.
Great.
A good shot.
All right, check out Ruha's
Check
reel.
out Ruha's reel.
Honestly,
Great.
for everything you need.
honestly, check it out. It's really here.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. I have it here handy. We'll just play it on the side as Ruha. keeps feeling the
Slam it on
same,
the
but
side. Slam it on the side.
It's really here. We'll just play a little.
Would you mind just voicing over everything so we get an idea of what the
Give
jobs
us the
are?
flavor and the real, yeah.
Okay, do you want me to just do the lines?
That'd be
with
wonderful.
voiceover?
Respect for
Okay.
Mrs. Kensington. Fuck that lady! I am young, and she is old.
I mean,
Yeah, this is a good
That's
time.
me in a short bikini. That's the 50.
Yes.
I did.
That's me as Ursula. He told me he'd kill me if I.
This is a good time.
Just so many great looks, and you got to
Right.
like range in the stuff that you've been able to do. I mean,
Yep.
Took your advice. And
honestly,
I bought
from
the
comedy to
womanizer.
drama,
do you love
and
it?
you label yourself as a writer, dancer, actor, and
makes
you
me
are. You
peak.
literally are.
Everything,
all
yeah.
those things.
When?
When I use it, you're supposed to just
This
put
is
it
the-
on
this
your
is the
clit.
scene
And I
Ruha's
did
talking
that,
about.
and pee comes out.
Maybe you're ejaculating.
No, it's urine.
That's really too bad.
Mark really wanted it to be squirting too. He got so excited, but it's urine. I mean, why are you
All right,
even pursuing
we don't have to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
thing, but yeah, I was
No,
just like,
Ross.
just watching it, being like, wow. I mean, you've been doing so many cool things, and I'm looking forward to see what else you're up to. Anything you've been doing? I mean, I know the pandemic's been tough, but
Yeah, I'm immunocompromised, so I shut
Oh,
down.
wow.
I'm still quarantined.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did like one VO thing, which was a great opportunity to do.
That's great.
And would love to do more. I've been writing stuff like that, but yeah,
Can't risk it. Yeah.
yeah, I haven't. I
safe.
yanked myself out. I was like, can I still audition even though I won't do it? I guess not. Please remember me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
right.
know.
I'll be back.
Lady Tom Hanks brings up a good point. Cook a meal with me. You can
Yeah.
check out Ruha on IG.
I've been doing an IG Live cooking show
Oh, yeah.
on Ellie Wood's network. It's
Mhm.
on
Oh, yeah.
with is the
I'll
account.
I'll put that
Yeah.
in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, throw
it
that in there.
Tuesdays at 6, and that's been really fun. It's just me cooking. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just me
Nice.
fully cooking a meal.
There's
no
however long
angle?
it takes. There's no angle. There's no pre-prep. You see it all. Whatever I'm having, it might take an hour. It might take 4 hours.
This is a great pitch.
That's how
Let's put it
cooking
on.
is.
Let's put it on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
That's how cooking
on
is.
ABC.
I mean, yeah.
Sold. In the
Well,
room.
you make a variety of things. You were making like a miso bass the other day. What was it?
Yeah, I made a Chilean sea bass marinated in like miso
incredible.
paste. It was
Unbelievable.
so unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Where
That's a good
where does
time.
your cooking expertise come from? Obviously practicing, but is there anyone in your family who
Oh
who
yeah.
can cook? Yeah.
My family are cooks. I grew up cooking. My mom, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle, my mom's dad were all like great cooks. My sibling Abdi's a great cook. My dad is not.
Yeah.
He's like, there's enough cooks. Y'all
But
cook.
he,
Too
but
many
he
cooks in the
loves to
kitchen.
still. But he still loves to, and he tries
Right.
to feed us.
Well, he's had it made.
Now,
Sounds like.
is your family passing around recipes, or where did the Chilean sea bass and miso recipe come from?
They don't pass around a lot, and I always cooked a lot, and then I'm celiac, so that pushed me to cook even more, which is great.
Specific stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that also pushed me to make stuff that like wasn't Persian or wasn't the family recipes. I know I was like, well, it's not as safe for me to eat this in a restaurant, but I really still want to eat some version of this. So
Yeah.
I find recipes and I make it
Cool.
gluten-free at home.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Gotta do
awesome.
So yeah, that sea
Heck
bass
yeah.
was like a thing that our favorite Japanese restaurant always made, and
Ooh, yeah.
Sushi King in Santa Monica promo,
Nice.
and that's my thing, the Sushi King.
Let's bring out the
I'll
king,
make you
baby.
Bring him out. Bring him out. Well, what? That
I
brings us
love-
to a good point. What is your thing for us?
Okay, I will get to my thing in one second. I did want to say one thing about Sundance.
Of course.
though.
Sure. Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, please.
Definitely.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool to take my mom. My mom is related to my thing too, and my mom and I taking a trip, just the two of us, like was a big deal. We hadn't like I don't know, Persian families don't have a lot of boundaries, but then I established hella boundaries, and we we've had a lot of distance. Like we've rebuilt our relationship along the way.
Cool.
I had E. coli the year before.
Oh my
went
God,
to
I remember.
Sundance,
Oh.
and I reached out to my mom in an emergency to take me to the doctor, and it was kind of a big like moment in like, okay, if she comes through, maybe we start to have a relationship again. And she came through, and I mean, not that we didn't have one, but
Sure, but
Sure.
it
Totally.
was a good, positive, like, oh, okay. I guess I didn't feel like I could reach out for a while. And,
Sure.
and this was like, oh, I can. And she took care of me, and it was really positive and nice. And yeah, so anyway, it was like, it would be a big deal to share something like that with your parent, no matter what. And then even just getting to do a trip with her as an adult, like it was just, I was very aware of how special it was the whole time.
Yeah.
Even, and then after everything, even more so, like, wow, we got to do that before.
Yeah,
the
because
world changed.
when is Sundance?
It was at the end of January 2020.
Well,
And
Dang.
so it was like a month
2 months,
and a
yeah,
couple weeks
yeah.
before. And then, you know, like watching in a packed like theater, the debut screening of the short with her. And like, we were in a block of like, was in a block of like an hour of shorts or whatever. And the theater, like, you know, we've all heard a theater explode laughing at what we do live, but the theater exploded at me
That's awesome.
for my scene, and like for my mom to experience that, like next to me, and like me, I mean, I was blown away. I was like, why is this hitting so different? Like, and it was very cool.
That's incredible.
That's so
cool.
awesome.
I
so
love that.
validating,
I love
you know,
that.
because doing what we do can be such a struggle, especially, you know, in a family that has, you know, doesn't really want to have boundaries and is sort of like forced to have boundaries. It's so hard to have your autonomy and have like because especially like I recently went and saw some family members and family friends, and I spoke to one of their daughters, and she's going to be branching out into becoming a screenwriter, and it's a big step. And I was having a conversation with her mom, and privately she was like, thank you for talking to her, you know, because what she's about to do is so, you know, it doesn't really happen for everybody, and like and it was like, oh my God, I forgot that people have to go through that that there is this thing about what we do that like people, and I'm not saying that this is your family at all, but like, just like to be able to have those moments where you're sitting in a fucking packed theater and have it hit so hard with one of the people who is, you know, blood. And I mean, you are a part of your mother, and your mother is a part of you, you know, and to feel that together, unbelievable, so validating, and a chance of a lifetime moment.
For sure.
I see a comment from someone named Abolition9. Mom loved it so much, boundaries rule. And I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure that's my mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome.
I was thinking it was.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
We love you, Mom.
It's so fun earlier.
And like they believe in me and what I'm doing now, but I didn't know that I was like allowed to pursue the arts for a long time. And my mom wasn't necessarily the one that intervened the hardest, but you know, it was cool to be like, oh, you see this and you see me and you love it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
This moment, Rue, it was urine. I mean, that. It was urine. I mean, that's genius. That's fucking genius. That is genius.
Gotta be honest, there was really a fly, and I'm just so lucky.
Hey, using what's there.
But using what's there, because some
Hey,
actors would
that's
be
right.
like, you know,
Mom
like,
and a half.
oh, this fly is fucking everything up. But being, you know, a improviser,
Yeah, just
you
in the
use it all.
moment.
Use it all.
Right out.
That's so great.
So,
That's
Oh,
funny,
Rue.
so funny.
beautiful. And you do,
Congrats.
and you crush it. And yeah, that must have been such a
Crush.
Oh,
It's a great experience.
shout out to moms in the chat too.
shout out.
Shout
to
out.
Put some
That's
M's in the
right.
chat. Put some M's in the chat. Put some M's in the chat.
Yeah, M's in the chat for
M's in the
Susie.
chat.
Now, Rue,
Oh
we
my goodness.
listen. We all share a lot on this show, and this is kind of one of those places for me during quarantine, during isolation. It's kind of been one of those places that I feel like I can come to and feel seen, feel heard, feel validated. You know, may I ask you your journey to they them? Is that too personal?
No, it might be too long.
No. I think for me, I feel like it's a conversation that it's one of those things when isolation happens and the world shifts and becomes a little bit more aware of things and each other. It's tough when we're isolated and we can't have these conversations necessarily in person, you know? Oh, hello. And I just always was surprised to see myself so big. So I would love to, as long as this conversation is, I would love to hear your journey because I think these are important conversations to have. And you're such an important person and you're such a light in this world. And I think we would all be better off to hear your journey if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, it's great to hear different points of view and how people reached it.
Yeah.
As personal, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
if there's things that are too personal,
it's really
there's things that are too personal.
It's very complicated.
For sure.
Right.
And there's a lot of factors in it. But I would say, you know, for one, I fought really. I think I've posted or talked about it a little before, but there was a long time where I felt like I was fighting to be counted as a woman because I was excluded from that always based on not fitting into what societal norms determine is feminine or you know I had I have a hormone thing. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I was like I've always been overweight. Well, I don't like the term overweight, so I'm gonna change that. I don't think there's an over or under, but I've always been fat, and fatness in itself is a thing that is weaponized and is not, you know, is used to be like, oh, you're not attractive, you're not
feminine,
you're not feminine, you're fat. If you lose weight, maybe you're a woman. And
God,
I was
fucked up,
and my hormones were off too, so I also was like, I felt and looked really masculine until we diagnosed it more so. And I still have freshly shaved. I still like to shave it because it's so stubbly, but I have a little beard and a little mustache. And when I was in high school and getting diagnosed, like I'd gotten one period and then it didn't come again, and I just I was really big and I don't know, and I was bullied for all of these things, so I hated it. And then I tried so hard, you know, I mean, just the journey of both gender and weight continued for a long time.
And hormonal things, because there's so little information, because I have PCOS as well, and it's a syndrome, you know, and so it's a large, vast spectrum, and there's so little information about it all, especially when we were growing up. You know, it wasn't like they just threw hormones at you. They just put you on birth control, which created people to have more cysts on their ovaries. So many women have cystic ovaries, even if they don't have PCOS, because doctors put young girls, young women on birth control to regulate hormones, and it's not good.
I was on birth control for over a decade, and like male hormone blockers and all this weird stuff. You know, I also talked about like later being like, well, PCOS was my body's first way of telling me that I was intersex. So like
Interesting.
now
Yeah.
I appreciate that that is who I am. But growing up and in the time period, like, you know, I didn't fit into the box that you're supposed to fit into, and everything between medicine and family and
Yeah.
friends and whoever are trying to push you into these boxes.
Right.
And yeah, so anyway, and like culturally and religiously, like, and you know, the general ideals I was surrounded by, I wasn't like, oh, I'm breaking out of this. There was like so much to deal with. I was just like, can I just belong at all? And then by the time, you know, I eventually did a lot of work and a lot of growth and embraced and came to realize that all these things are biases and bullshit. And I was like, no, like, I'm me,
Yeah.
and that's okay, and I am worthy of love, and this is who I am. And I came out from under the water of believing that fatness made me anything bad. And, you know, by the time I was like, oh, all that's bullshit, I am a woman, I also knew that I wasn't. I was like,
Wow.
you know,
Right.
that I gender is a construct. All these things, I don't believe in gender. I mean, I'm agendered is the closest thing I identify with. And so the pronouns just fit. And you know, sexuality wise, that also was my gender and sexuality journey came together, where I was like, oh yeah, and I'm attracted to all human beings. And I mean, not every single one.
Right.
No. Yeah, not every single one. Okay.
Mostly just my dentist. who-
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, they
well,
have all the access.
He does say it's inappropriate.
A dentosexual. Yeah.
You try to talk to your dentist, like hitting on
oh
your
yeah.
dentist.
What time do you get off?
as he's like sucking the saliva out of your mouth, you know.
Maja Cat says theater was really a refuge for her. Did you find that too, Rue? That doing comedy and did you do theater in high school?
I actually did do theater in high school, shockingly enough, even though I was only allowed to do it as a hobby.
That was the limitation.
But I went to Los Angeles County High School for the Arts as a theater major, and that is where I fell in love with it. But then I was gone from it until I was 30, and I started at UCB.
Wow.
And that was after like having a major like mental, like, I don't know what's going on. I need to find myself and and figure my stuff out. And then I started at UCB. And yeah, I mean, yes, the theater, the queer community at UCB is beautiful.
Very beautiful.
You know,
very
like
strong.
It felt non-existent when I started, but slowly I found it.
Yeah.
Completely.
You brought it.
Yeah.
You brought it out partially.
Yeah.
I helped. I like to think I supported it for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then slowly I was just like, this me.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, I have to
Yeah.
say,
Okay.
Rue, thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
that. Thank you.
Yes,
And I have to say, listening to just from the minute you joined, I'm like, whoa, you feel so centered in who
Wow.
you are. And I mean,
Good.
you know, when you work on comedy with people, and especially with Characters Welcome, for instance, like people are writing characters for themselves, and you're getting up on stage and you're performing something that by yourself that you wrote for yourself. It's a very
Yeah.
vulnerable place to be.
Wow.
And I feel like, you know, the growth from like starting that and is like phenomenal in people, and then to sit here with you tonight and you're so centered in who you are, and you always have been such a light, like I said, but you're such a grounded force and a grounded light, and I'm so proud of you for, you know, for being exactly who you fucking are, you know, and allowing other people to follow you in that journey, because it's important for people to have trailblazers in this world. You know,
Yeah.
We need that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ruth.
And I don't mean for the
Oh,
proud thing to be condescending. I hope that doesn't sound condescending, but it's so hard. It's just so fucking hard for people in general, you know, to open up about things that are true for them. And it's such a beautiful thing when people do. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maja Cat, thank you for the 200 bits. So sweet.
Oh wow,
That-
thank you, Maja.
Oh, dang.
That's for Ruha's beautiful sharing.
Yeah. Thank you,
Guys,
Ruha, for
you.
helping us get those.
Yeah.
You just profit off of your story?
We just profited off of
Oh,
your
that's
Classic Hollywood.
Story.
classic Hollywood.
Fucking Hollywood, man.
Pride Month.
Fucking-
That's
Thank you,
right.
Maja.
Great.
Oh man, Ru, and I'm so glad
I guess
to hear
Pride
it
Month
too about
really
you.
is over, huh?
Yeah.
Right? We waited till the 1st, and now we're closing our fists. Jesus.
How the fuck is it July 1st today?
That's
I still have to
a
do my
good question.
taxes.
Time is out of...
No, you don't.
I still have to
You
pay
know what?
those damn taxes
This
from
year,
last year.
you can hide for a while. It's a clusterfuck down there, I bet.
Honestly, I just asked for an extension, and I just am waiting until they, force it to happen. I really don't want to go through all those receipts.
So, Rue, you were saying
Anyway.
that story is linked and informs your thing. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, something's.
Oh,
Are you
you're
hacking-
booking
get
a
to hack
flight?
into the Pentagon,
You're booking
or-
a flight to Tahiti?
Let's,
Uh-oh, she can't hear us. Or they can't hear us, I don't think.
Oh, she's tracking.
They.
They're tracking.
They're tracking.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is this Yak's fault
Okay.
somehow?
we're gonna pop you off just
Yeah, try
let you
that.
figure it out, and then whenever you're ready, let us know. Ooh, okay. She'll come back.
Yeah, they'll come back.
Great.
Oh man. Watching that reel though makes me feel like that was an inspiring reel. You know?
Yeah, the energy reminded me a lot of a reel that I've seen from Mark and Anise actually.
Yeah, Mark
Like
made
those cuts, in a good way. Just like
Just trying to do something to
There was a sound.
Rue's back.
to
Rue's back.
jostle people. Rue's back.
Rue's back.
bing bong.
Did you
can
edit?
hear
Can you hear us, Rue?
Kind of. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can
great.
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah,
perfect.
I don't know what's going on.
Um.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Is it Yak's fault?
Check. Is it coming out of your computer?
I got it. No, I got it. It was
Okay.
coming out of my computer.
Yeah.
Aha.
But I think I'm back, and you
You're
can
back.
hear me, so good.
We can
You
hear
look
you
great.
perfect.
Sounds great.
And you
Sounds
look
great.
great. Again, those teeth are just
The teeth.
honestly, I'm glad your mom is here tonight.
Chomping.
I'm glad your mom is here because your mom
see
created
those
those
teeth?
teeth. You know
And
what I
also
mean?
appreciate
Yeah, that's
those
true.
chompers. Yeah.
These are all Susie Taslimi. So.
Dang.
Wow.
All OG? All OG teeth?
Abolition 9.
Bravo.
Abolition
Bravo.
9, y'all. Abolition 9.
Okay, I can't wait to get into your thing, Rue.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I'm turning on a light because it started to get dark.
It-
Oh, I thought you were going
That's
to do like
what
a ghost story
happens.
with a flashlight. and do
I was
shit.
trying to.
Oh, I wish it was a ghost story. I do love a ghost story. Ooh, ooh, do 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 do.
It was a long, long time ago.
Wait, let me get my blanket.
Oh yeah, grab your blanket. Let me know. Grab your blanket.
Oh, I don't really have a blanket.
Okay, so like that? Like
Oh
that?
yeah. Looking
Oh,
good.
light is great.
Wow.
Okay, so I am sharing. I never journaled as a kid or really as an adult. I only started doing morning pages on occasion this year, actually.
From the artist's way.
Not really. I didn't read it, but I did watch one of her YouTube videos. So
Done.
That's all you. That's all
Awesome.
you.
That's
Done
all
and
you
done. That's all
need.
you need. That's all you
Nailed it.
fucking need. That book is way too thick, honestly.
and
Nobody
ask-
gets past morning pages. They all.
Yeah.
No one gets past morning pages. That's exactly right, Mark.
Yeah. ask Yak about YouTube because
I love
He
YouTube.com,
loves
ladies and
YouTube.
gentlemen. YouTube.com. Subscribe, like to any channel, not to ours if
yeah.
you want to, but there's a lot of channels. Check it out.
Artist Way videos. Yeah.
Artist Way videos, a lot of them.
Just a free plug.
Plandemic, if you're into that, check it out.
Yeah, look into it. Tell us what you think.
Okay.
Sponsored by
so
Plandemic.
You've started doing morning pages.
So I started doing morning pages, but there was one time in my life that I did a journal, and it was in August of 1990 when I was 11 years old, and my parents sent me to Europe with my mom's parents, which was cool, sort of. I was very attached to my mom when I was a kid, and my family in general, but as you'll come to hear and hear, it's mostly about my mom. And my mom had made me promise to keep a journal while I was on the trip. So, and I still have that journal, and I was very depressed on this trip. I was so homesick. My stomach, I always had chronic stomach stuff, and it always acted up if I was more emotional. So my stomach was really like hurting. It relates a little to like the clearness of how much I had been fat shamed and how much, even, coming back from this trip, it was celebrated that I had lost weight because I was so sad and depressed that I couldn't eat, and like the way I write about food I eat, a lot of the times there's just subtle things that I clock as like this poor kid that had been forced to diet their whole life is is proud to mention that the chicken is small or whatever.
Yeah.
The portion size is always noted. Yeah.
So anyway, so I have I'm gonna read to you from my trip journal.
Thank you for sharing this with us.
That's great.
Here's my little writing
Oh,
of
I
page
love
one.
You have great writing.
It gets intensely weirder towards the end.
Yeah.
Like
That makes sense.
like the ink of the where is it there? Like the ink is like running out by the end, and and there's some that are like really scribbly, like just like starts to be like,
there's some
I was
emotion.
like, oh, what a weird transition.
There's emotion behind that. Is that August 7th?
It says August 7th, and that's August 7th, 1990. Although I think it's 8th because the next page is 8th, and it's the same entry. And I think I realized I was wrong by the second page, and I went back and I turned it into an 8, but then it still looks like a 7 because I'd really gone for the 7.
It looks like you're doubling down on the 7. Yeah. You started with 8 and then forced the 7.
And I feel like maybe at a later point I then thought it was 7th because it was another page, but reading it through, it's
grappling with it for months and months.
I also we don't have to start them now, but at one point I'll have you pull up the keynote one picture at a time.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Yep,
So okay, great. So August 8th, 1990. Well, a lot of them start with well. A lot of the entries start with well, and a lot of the entries start with well, mommy, which is going to be the production company I start if I ever start.
Yes, that's perfect.
I love that idea, Ro. That's a great idea. Print it, TM.
Yep.
Okay, this is a very big glimpse into childhood depression. So
we're ready.
Well, last night I got on the plane at 10:30 p.m. The plane didn't leave till 11:15 p.m. I really needed details, and I just want to be clear about that.
Yes.
The dinner was steak that was perfect red, and mine had no fat on it at all. On the side, we had cold smoked salmon, a salad, pineapple, bread and butter, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Then we all went to sleep. We woke up at 4:30 a.m. and it was very sunny already. I saw I Love You to Death, and it only had 2 bad words, and it was sort of funny. I love that movie later.
The details.
Now it's approximately 6:30, and I'm watching a cartoon. Did you? And then there's a few things like this, and this one coming up is one where it's clear that I've heard my grandparents say or complain or whatever, and I'm like writing down what I'm hearing. Did you know we have the seats at the very back of our section, and we are the only ones who have to watch on one of those mini TVs instead of a movie screen?
Amazing.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Transcribing the elderly argument. happening.
Well, Mommy, did you know that? That's all for now. I'll write more lates today. Well, I looked at one picture and I broke out into tears, Mommy. I love you so much and I long to be with you. We are traveling at 601 miles per hour and will land in 1 hour. It is negative 70.6 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I'm going to land in a few moments because we made up the extra hours on the plane in the air. But June and Grandma Sheila say it's because the plane has good tailwinds. We're over Paris and dropping rapidly, but I'm still writing. The temp is rising amazingly.
Wow. Wow. You knew.
Really?
Also,
really
that's a
clocking those
phenomenal dinner
details.
for an airplane. I
Thank
forgot
you.
you were in an airplane.
That was on the plane?
When you said
yeah.
perfectly red steak.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I was probably being nice, but
Smoked
weirdly,
salmon?
in my journal, I kept my Air France. This is my Air France menu
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
from that dinner.
With
So-
prices, or is this all complimentary?
No, you know, it's part of the. Back then, it was all part of the flight.
Oh.
Yeah. Now they're bleeding you for every
Yeah.
penny. But
Right,
back then.
right.
$20 for Wi-Fi now.
Ugh.
Really?
Yep. $20
A lot
to
of-
connect to
a lot
Wi-Fi
of
in
them,
Alaska
yeah.
Air. Yeah, they need
In
that
Alaska?
money. COVID and Alaska.
Oof. You're
Yeah.
gonna start seeing the upsells.
You're not getting any frills for that $20. I'll tell you that right now. You ain't getting no red steak and no smoked salmon, no mashed potatoes, no green beans.
In fact,
okay?
you have to work the plane and you got to serve it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
better learn how to fly a plane now,
Part of your
guys.
ticket contract. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
working the
yeah.
fare off.
Wow.
Wait, keep going, Rue.
Okay, so I'm going to skip a couple lines. Mom, it's amazing. We're in Paris now, and it's 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit
What
outside.
the
This is
fascination
pre-global warming.
with the temperature.
The exact
This
temperature.
is
There's
August.
so many details.
And are you carrying
It's
a
just-
thermometer around with you, or like how are you doing this? Or are you just finding the
No
size of
phones.
buildings?
Yeah, there's no
Like, where's
phones.
the-
She's
It's
sourcing this
1990,
from.
right? Like how are you
Yeah.
getting the info?
Yeah, I don't know, but I am.
And what I
Probably
like too,
when you land, the captain probably says the temperature.
Yeah,
outside."
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess so.
I think,
Yeah.
and I do think the temperature ends with the plane flights.
Yeah. Okay.
right.
Good.
But there's
good.
more details. Don't worry. I
Oh,
find more.
good,
details.
good. You gotta get those.
My heart rate is currently.
Yeah.
I also found out I'm going to 5 countries on this trip. The countries are France, Luxembourg, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I saw where Janet Jackson made the video "Come Back to Me" on the most famous street in the world, Champs-Elysees.
Oh, lovely.
I mean,
That's
honestly,
just fun.
honestly,
just-
I wish I remember. I mean, what a treat! I saw where Janet Jackson made a
That's-
video.
Damn. Honestly,
That's
I would have loved to see Janet Jackson do anything, especially
The
at that
most
time.
famous street.
Well,
Janet.
you're
I
not
mean-
seeing her. You're seeing the street.
You're not-
You're not
Yeah,
seeing
no.
her.
No,
You're,
No, she
definitely-
did.
you're not
Annie,
seeing her.
she did not see Janet
She did
Jackson.
not
She
see
saw
Janet Jackson.
the street.
She saw a street.
Oh, the Champs Elysees. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Champs Elysees is a fantastic spot.
I mean, and I'm like, who told me this? There's no way I maybe recognized it from the Janet Jackson video.
Oh,
That's
maybe.
probably
I believe
what
that.
it
I
was.
believe that.
But it feels like my grandparents are like, this is the most famous street in the world, or somebody.
Yeah.
Like that. I was like,
Janet's
yeah,
got to have been here.
Or
Janet
I
had to have been
decided.
here.
I decided it was the most famous street in the world for having Janet Jackson.
Yeah. There. That's the only
That's
reason.
what it's famous for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We saw the Arc of Triumph.
Yep.
Our hotel is great. It's clean, beautiful. It has a TV, a remote control,
Oh.
a phone, lights, and 3 beds.
Dang.
So
It has
and
lights?
It has lights, and I know you were wondering, and
Yeah.
it does. And it has a TV and a remote control and
I
lights,
mean,
and a bed and a telephone.
And 3
Anyway,
beds.
yeah, 3
One
beds
for-
because there's 3 of us.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did each of you take a bed?
Yeah, I think I'm guessing so. My grandparents were very funny. They bicker, they fought. They full out fought a lot. One of the most like I would say one of my grandfather's catchphrases is "Damn it, Sheila," and that's my grandmother's name.
Oh,
Damn
my
it, Sheila!
God.
And
Also a great name for a production company.
Another production company
right?
name. Yeah.
Totally.
Well, Mommy and Damn It, Sheila. It could be, like when that old school thing, that old school like where everyone's sitting in the movie theaters like da da dun 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 dun, and then that person like right or shh, it could be Damn It, Sheila. Right before it begins. I thought it was a cough. Yeah, I thought it was a cough this whole time. But it was
right.
Shh.
Well, I think it was a cough and then someone shushed them.
Oh, you're talking about the end of The
Damn.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I don't get the tone very well. So like, could you get that? Dun 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 dun. Did it sound like that?
No.
No.
See, a lot of people don't get it.
I can't remember what it sounded like now that you said
Wait,
that.
that's it. No, that's it.
Is that it?
You. I confused you.
It was the dun. Yeah.
This sounds exactly like what I did.
Yak got it.
Yeah, got it. Yak's good at that. Yeah.
You know what?
So I got it.
Yak's everybody's favorite. You know what?
No. Okay, let's proceed.
Yeah. Also, so my grandparents too, like they lived close to us in Santa Monica, but I hadn't spent time alone with them separate from my parents.
Yeah.
Ever maybe. So this was a very intense throw-in too. So even though they were my family, I was like, I am alone in Europe with these people.
Strangers.
With these people who are fighting.
These old people have absconded me.
All you had was that notebook.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was also like a really now I'm like, it was a cool trip with them. Like I think that was the most time I ever spent with them today. Like that's the most quality time I had with my grandfather and with my grandmother. They told me so many stories about my mom, who I was missing so much. I was like, oh yeah, she's your kid.
Yeah.
You know her too. You know the woman I love.
Isn't that
Yeah.
Our perception as kids of our grandparents and of our parents, like, oh yeah, you know my mom because that's your kid. Yeah, that's so funny.
Even though she's mine, but okay, like whatever.
Exactly.
But yeah, like there's also, even though I was like miserable, there's obviously also a lot of good times and very cute things too.
And great weather, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was.
Gotta hear about that weather.
Mid-70s. Mid-70s is what you want.
Coming.
Yeah, we need to know.
Paris in August? That's lovely. Okay, so we left on how many beds and lights the hotel had.
Yes.
I went on a walk. We are right by the Rodeo Drive of Paris. So we walked there. I got a couple of pictures. I'm going to get more pictures tomorrow. After the walk, we stopped at a restaurant and had dinner. I had duck pate with toast, then steak, like last night, fries, and a wonderful sauce.
Oh, yes, the Bernays. That French
Bernays
Bernays sauce.
Or just
probably.
mayonnaise? Was it just mayonnaise?
So good.
It could have just been mayonnaise.
And a
Steak
wonderful
frites.
sauce.
Amazing.
A wonderful sauce.
I really like
And
it.
a wonderful sauce.
Then we walked back, and now it is 11:45 p.m., 2:45 p.m. your time.
Oh.
Well, good night. I'll write to you tomorrow. So that's the big first day of the trip.
Wow, a big day, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So
did your
when
mother...
you came, were you going to say, did your mother
Two hot
read this?
questions are coming in.
Okay, yeah. I wonder if we had the same one.
Did your mother intend for you to write them as letters, or did...
Nope.
No, okay.
Did
She didn't say like write to me
I
every
don't
day.
even
Just like
know. Yeah. I think that was
Did
just
she
my way of
read
That
like
was your
giving myself
choice.
thing.
You
I
gotta
don't
have
know.
framework. You gotta.
Mom, did I give this journal to you when I got back? Did you read it?
Good question.
Yeah.
Because I will say that
That's
is
a
really
good
a
answer.
genius move for a mother to because if you were really attached to
Give your
your
kid
mom,
homework. Yeah.
it allows them to feel close to you even though you're not there. So it's like your mom was there, because you kind of had this responsibility to do
connection,
something
yeah.
for her. So there was like she was tracking you
Nope.
in a way.
She
Nope.
said nope.
What a good, honest lie. It's a good mom move right there. Deny.
Well, my grandparents were smart enough to continue telling me cute stories about my mom, and I was like, this I like. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, keep these coming.
Uh-huh.
More.
Yeah.
Oh,
She did what?
and more
I love
sauce,
this.
please. More sauce,
what
more
I like to
stories.
hear.
I want a story with my sauce. Damn, that
She's
Bernice
never
sauce
heard.
is the best.
Mom is
you're-
hearing
yeah,
this for the
is-
first
your
time.
mom's saying
Oh,
this is-
Mom, what a treat.
What
Okay,
a
well,
beautiful moment.
August 9th starts with the iconic, well, Mommy. Well, Mommy, I had a stomach ache today,
Oh,
and I
no.
still do. So I've been drink 2 cups of Evian each meal, and I had 1/2 of dry toast, which Bajun bought me a box of. Bajun is what I call my grandfather. It's like short for, like Baba would be grandfather, but Persians always add June or John as a term of like endearment and
Mhm.
Oh.
but I couldn't say all that when I was a kid, so I was just said Bajun, and then that became his name.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, sometimes kids just dictate what.
Yeah.
Kids
100%.
Yeah,
The whole family calls him Bajun,
Yeah.
so I renamed him.
that's great.
That's amazing.
Rebranded, Rue. You rebranded.
Oh yeah.
We took the metro subway to the Musée of Picasso. There I took many pictures of his artwork, like paintings and sculptures. After, we went to an old restaurant, which has been there before America. And that isn't true, but before Columbus found it or whatever.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's huge for a kid
Yeah.
That is.
from LA. A kid from
Yeah.
LA. Yeah.
How was the steak and exactly how was it prepared?
Thank you. Well, according to me, I had 2 half cups of water. I don't know why it wasn't one whole.
Okay.
No.
Too
Maybe they
much.
serve it-
One
maybe they
whole
serve it
cup
weird.
would have been too much for a tummy ache.
They probably
Yeah.
serve it weird.
I had 2 half cups. So then we came home on the subway and rested. My tummy was hurting a lot, and I did stop eating for a few days when we were in Paris.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Oh, it's a bummer.
That's so unfortunate too, because you're in Paris.
I know, because in Paris.
Oh wow.
You know,
I
a
know.
baguette.
Yeah. All I remember about Paris was that I ordered lemonade at a place, and they brought me a glass of water and a slice of lemon,
Yeah.
and then my grandfather was like, "That was $20." Bajun was so mad.
And also, if you order like a Sprite, they'll give you a lemonade.
Oh.
well,
Sprite
I
and
wish I'd known
lemonade
that.
is all
You didn't know the
mixed. So you would have
code.
to ask
There's
for a
There's
Sprite.
a secret drink code you gotta know when in
There's a
Paris.
drink
know.
code. Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta know.
Yeah, know.
Yeah. Gotta know.
Yeah, you gotta know it. So,
It
and
was that
then
sauce. It was that miscellaneous sauce on the meat.
That sauce. Fuck, I love
later
the
we
sauce.
went on a boat ride to see many bridges, Eiffel Tower museums, Notre Dame, and many more. Now we've come home, and I'm waiting for your call. I miss you, Mommy. I love you. And during this phase of the journaling, I do a lot of X's and O's.
Oh.
I'm very big on patterns, and we'll see how we change them. So August 10th, well, Mommy, today was my last day in Paris. We went to Giverny, the Claude Monet Museum. I got you a T-shirt and a painting. I wish I'd gotten her a painting. I'm sure it was like a
Yeah, right.
Postcard.
Probably just a postcard. Yeah.
In an auction, I won.
Right here for my mummy.
Can you
5,000 for
send
my
a
mummy.
check for?
Can you please send a check for $1 million? That's how much I owe for the painting I printed. We went through the garden and the house, but I didn't see Amu's painting in the hall. Amu is what is the word for your dad's brother. It means uncle, but it's also just what we call Amu. It's his name. And Amu also doesn't have a Claude Monet painting. He had a poster of one.
Okay, good clarity. We need this clarity.
Listen,
You know, that's one of
sometimes
the
you can't
water
tell a
lilies.
difference. Sometimes you really can't tell a
I mean,
difference.
you
When
frame
you're
it
printing
right.
these
You
days.
could trick anybody.
Exactly.
But I was looking for it. I looked for Amu's poster painting of the water lilies.
Oh, it's a gorgeous
But I
painting. We all
did
know
see
it.
one from his room. Apparently there was one.
Oh, you found a Monet in Amu's room.
Yeah. I went through his house also. After we went to La Givernois 65, Rue Claude Monet, I had a bit of salmon and veggies. Then we came home at 3:45, and that is the time you end your day when you're traveling with your grandparents. We're going to stay in the rest of the day. I feel like crying, but I'm still smiling because I will not break my promise to you. I had promised her that I wasn't going to be so sad.
Oh, no.
Heartbreaker.
Oh,
What a sweet thing to promise.
By the way, I found this journal first when I was like late 20s, early 30s, when I was first like super in therapy after I'd been depressed. And when I first read it, I was like, I'm a sociopath. Like, because but my therapist immediately was like, not at all. Like, you're a traumatized kid
So
who's
many-
just like trying to grab
Yeah.
anything they can hold on to.
Most
That's like,
comedians
right.
were depressed children.
Sure.
Most comedians
Yeah,
were
yeah.
sad.
Right. I'm sure if you look into a lot of
kids.
journals, there's a lot.
And we are we're getting our childhoods back by being adult children. Really, happy adults, happy children.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're reclaiming our childhood now.
Yes. When everyone's
Yes.
like, grow up. It's like, no, we were a million years old as kids.
Yeah.
Sad,
Million.
had a million year
Yeah.
old
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
I was a fucking elephant when I was a kid. Yeah.
Oh no.
You know what we fucking lived through in our lifetimes? What our generation's fucking seen?
I'm going to rest now and dream about coming home. I can't wait for your call. It cheers me up to talk with you. I miss you so much that you would never dream. I still have a tummy ache, even though I've been having a good time. I love you.
Okay.
You're persevering so hard.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
even more X's and O's for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm like trying to like scan because there's so much, and it's really
Oh,
gold.
yeah.
So the
Yeah.
X's are the kisses, right? Because the X's are like a mouth
Oh,
going
yes,
like.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
X,
And
X,
then
X, X,
O
X,
is a
oh,
hug
oh.
because you're rapping.
Oh, I never
I
thought
never
about
knew
that.
that explanation. Thank
Just
you.
a little XOXO trivia for your man Mark over here.
Yeah.
Mark.
Pass your
Trivia
notes
guy.
sometime.
August 11th, yesterday night, which is a much better way of referring to last night.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't get to say. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yesterday
I'm gonna use
night,
that.
I didn't get to say how we went to the glass pyramid behind the Grand Louvre. It was beautiful. So we sat by it and put our hands in the cool water by the fountain. This morning I talked with you, Mommy, and then at 10:57 our train left for Luxembourg. Very exact.
Very accurate. And you know what?
Gotta have the
Yesterday
facts.
night is an even more accurate way of saying last night because last night could be any night.
Yeah.
Last.
It was the last one. Well, in what?
Wait a minute,
Of
what?
what?
No,
Of
no.
what?
What?
Exactly. Yesterday
Yeah.
night. Very clear.
It took.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I can fully get on board with this one. With this.
I'm going to
exact
get on
one.
a soapbox about this.
I don't know if you got my vote for this one, but I think I'm on for whatever the next one is.
Yesterday night. Also a great name for a production company.
I'm imagining
Thank you. Let's keep a list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 some options to kick around.
Well,
I'm
Mommy,
imagining young Rue,
damn
since you
it,
know the
Sheila.
time so much, on this entire vacation, just sitting on trains and sitting on buses, just staring at your watch, clocking when you get on and off things and
10:57.
arrive places.
I'm sorry.
Big
What time
watch,
is
like
it?
a big shark watch. Mademoiselle Claire-Teal.
I must record it.
It was for sure a swatch. Oh, and we should bring up the first picture.
Oh, yes. Please, the
please, I
pictures.
need a
Here we
baby
go.
While we're in Paris.
Rue.
That's me.
my goodness!
That
I
is
was
the face of a
trying
child
to
who's
smile.
trying to have a good time.
Trying so hard.
I can see your tummy ache. I can in your
Yeah.
face. I can see it.
Yeah, on that face. Yeah, wait, zoom in a little closer. Beautiful earrings, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you really put yourself together. I mean,
Now,
look
where
at
do
that
we
beautiful
think these two
outfit.
guys are?
Yeah,
right now. Where do we think? Is that guy on your right have a gun? Is he
They're
holding a
both
gun?
looking for a Janet
Camera.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Camera?
he has an invisible gun.
Okay.
Yeah, he
That
does.
is
He's doing some. Yeah, he's doing some prop work over
Lord
there.
forgive me.
And I'm so glad that he's doing it like that and not like this. This is not.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is-
yeah.
That's,
He
an,
knows.
that's
He
an
knows.
international improv
You know.
student right there.
Do
Improv
you think
sketch.
he's a tourist or a local? Well, he has a camera.
He has a
Tourist.
camera. We
I
are
think-
on this, like, I think this is taken on that boat I mentioned.
Oh.
that,
Oh
like,
yes, the
goes-
Seine River,
yeah.
down the Seine River.
Oh, it goes that close to the Eiffel Tower.
I
Wow.
guess so, yeah.
Yesterday night,
Um,
this was taken.
Oh, maybe
yeah.
not. I don't know if the Seine is that close to the Eiffel Tower. I don't think it is.
Zoom on the Swatch Watch.
Oh,
we've got
wow.
everybody-
Yes.
Coordination.
There it
too.
is.
Swatch colors and the
Dang,
wrap
that's
that you
supposed
got
to
and the
be-
sweater
Yeah,
that you
the
got
sweater.
tied.
Swatch.
I also
Yeah.
had.
That's high class.
That's
This
a
is
lit
also
fit.
the tannest. Like when I was a kid, I would get tan. I don't know what
Ooh,
happened to me
right,
later.
yeah.
I feel like age of 13, my body stopped tanning.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I tanned a lot in like high school. Then I just stopped. My legs and my stomach cannot get tan now as an adult.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Constant
going
battle.
I had
Constant
this
fight.
dress in 3 colors, and I wore it a lot. Although a lot of the outfits, frankly, a lot of the outfits are you're like, oh wow, Ruha was a style icon.
Wow.
You
Yes.
are, Ruha.
I mean, I'm loving the
Honestly,
matching.
Yeah, but
I
during
would
this-
argue that you are.
But
I got
during
to
this
look at these
period, my
pics
mom gets credit. Like,
Yes.
Right.
sorry, yeah.
No, totally. No, I was
Yeah.
saying I got to peek at these pics a little, and I was like, yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, dang, Rue had style. I didn't know how to dress myself when I was a kid. I would wear 2 different shoes. It was a mess. I was a total mess. But
I wish I had some of these clothes. That
Oh,
Oh,
was-
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But Rue, you're very stylish.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Incredibly
Absolutely.
stylish.
One of the first
Absolutely.
things I think of. Yeah.
Yes, very
Oh, yeah.
incredible taste.
I mean, I think so, but it's my taste. So
I mean, I wear the same thing all the time, t-shirt and jeans. That is my thing. That's what I like. But
Yeah.
you always fucking killing it in the style game.
I have fun. I have fun.
Gotcha.
It's
You do.
I have fun with it. Okay, so whatever. Okay, so then we get to Luxembourg, which is a nice small country. We had lunch at 3 p.m. I had a bit of chicken and potatoes. Then we
bit.
came to our hotel, which is cooler, has a bigger TV, a remote control,
Oh,
and
okay.
a phone.
And
Dang.
one of those
Damn.
TVs you have to open with a key.
Do you think you meant cooler as in it's cool or as in temperature wise?
I think that my grandparents had complained about the temperature.
The last
and
hotel
that
was
my
too high.
grandmother
Yeah,
was
they
like,
went,
"Oh,
yeah.
this is cooler."
Okay, this is good.
That's how
Because
you know the
also,
temperature.
there had been a big thing of my grandmother trying to get ice everywhere, which is not a thing in Europe. You
No.
can't get ice in Europe, and my grandmother was
wow.
like, well, I need ice, and my grandfather was like,
Yeah.
"Damn it, Sheila, they don't have ice."
Yeah, and
Talked about-
Big Squigs notices that this hotel no lights.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
wow.
No lights here. Also,
dark.
even though they have a phone, I follow that up with, "But I'm not allowed to call you, mommy, even though it's 11:05 your time."
Even though I could, technically, I could call you
They
easily.
told me I'm not allowed, even
Yeah.
though it doesn't make any
Because
sense to me.
boundaries.
Because long distance charges and
I'm like, the only
1990.
reason I wouldn't be allowed is because the time would be bad, and I know what time it is.
Yeah.
I'm clocking it.
To the fucking second.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, wait, what do I? Oh yeah, we're going to go back to the Rafi's home. At least Bajun and I will for a little. Then we will come home and sleep. I can't wait till I get home. I love you. Good night. August 12th. Well, mommy, this morning we got in the car and came back to France, to Kaisenberg and Keinsheim. We are staying tonight at the Abbe Alsbach Hotel and Restaurant in Kinsheim. I don't know how to say any of this.
Wow. But
Killing
yeah,
it.
you knew how to write it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and it is written to the T.
Wow.
We went to Kaiserberg to have lunch. I had some gourmet salad with vinegar and a minimum 1/4 of a chicken with pasta. Then, Mom, we came home and rested. I still think about you all the time, but I promised you I'd be happy. I figure if this is the most iconic line of the whole journal, maybe.
Oh, wow.
And I feel awful about it now, but it's very funny. I figure if I can live through Abdi, I can live through being in Europe for 3.5 weeks. Abdi is my sibling.
Oh boy. Oh, that's rough.
Dang, heck yeah.
Wow.
Abby prepped you. Abby
Listen.
Older or younger?
Younger by 3 years, so at this age,
Younger?
like,
Younger?
yeah.
Yeah,
so
by 3 years.
So Abdi was 8 at the time, and I think that's a good moment to show the card that I have in here, which Abdi drew and made for me when I got back. And at the airport, Abdi gave it to me.
Oh, what a piece of
So,
shit. I'm with you. If you can live through that,
If
you
I
can
can
live through that.
if I can live through this, also Abdi. I mean, speaking of my own journey, you know,
Yeah.
Abdi was queer from the time we were little, and in a way that was clocked by my family, who was not
Right.
ready for things like that. And Abdi is a very beautiful soul, and I wish that I hadn't had any issue with them for even a second, but I was a dumb kid.
Well,
We all were.
when a little baby comes in trying to take mommy,
Yeah.
I mean, what? Yeah,
Mommy is yours.
mommy's
Yeah,
yours.
you gotta get fighting.
But let me just say, can I
Yeah.
just say about Abdi's artwork? That is a really good artwork.
Oh, I know.
8?
Abdi is an incredible artist.
8
Like,
years old at that
Good
time.
for eight.
Abdi
Good for
was
8.
like drawing and this was honestly like thrown together. I was like, you don't like me. Like
Yeah.
the Abdi's work was like
You've
so
seen
good.
the good. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's stickers on there too. That took. That,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
no,
that was
it's sweet.
thoughtful.
It is sweet. But Abdi also is always a perfectionist. Like Abdi would he would get really frustrated trying to draw the perfect circle. Like
Oh yeah.
and like
A
just
true
freehand.
artist.
Like,
That's a
Oh,
true
Good
artist.
challenge.
Mom
Yeah.
says cackling and crying over here. Oh my god.
That's a good
it's good times,
time.
Mom. It's good times.
Oh, I love
Big
that.
fan.
Yeah, and I think this little person is me. I don't know.
Yeah, with the cows.
Again with the good
Oh, yeah,
I
you had
love
the
that. That person
steak.
also looks very
I
happy.
love steak.
the steak.
I love steak, and Abdi knows I love steak. So
Yeah.
Abdi drew you as very happy, or maybe that was Abdi so happy you're coming home.
maybe
Waiting
couldn't
for
have
you at
been
the
easy.
terminal.
Yeah. I mean, I never really asked what it was like without me for 3.5 weeks. I assume it flew by for them. For me, it felt like an eternity.
I got
Yeah,
mommy
yeah,
all
yeah.
to myself.
I mean, when Abdi was born, I took back to breastfeeding. And
Wow.
I don't know if I ate much, but I would not let him have both breasts. I would
Right.
sit on one with my mouth on it. I was like, "You're not."
Yeah.
You know what,
Dang.
Ruha? It's so interesting that you said, because I wonder if my daughter is going to do that when we have another baby, because I could see that shit happening. I could see
Yeah.
it. And let me
Yeah.
tell you, a mouthful of teeth near your nipple is a scary place
Hello.
to be.
Wow,
Your body
this show.
actually,
Come on.
This show's all
your
over the
body
map now.
actually hormonally has to create, I don't know what it's called, but a hormone that
Yeah.
makes you less fearful, like it tricks you so that you will allow that set of sharp teeth and no awareness of their jaw
Sharp
to
teeth.
just
What did you
get
give
just
birth to?
shark teeth.
Shark, a baby
A
shark.
Oh.
fucking baby shark.
Oh, a baby shark.
Shark
No,
week's coming
Mark.
up, guys.
Baby
We're
shark.
gonna get
da-da-da-da-da.
We're gonna get sued.
Baby
No.
shark.
right.
Baby
That was it. That was almost it.
You said that was it, and then you said almost it.
That was
That's
almost
fucked
it.
It was
That was
close.
almost it. I think Yak nailed it.
What did I say?
Yeah.
I think.
Damn you!
The baby
We're
shark.
cursed. We're cursed.
That's it.
No,
I'm
no.
having the best time. I missed you all so much.
Oh,
This is so
missed
good.
you
So nice to
too.
see
So
you.
fun.
You always light up the room.
Ru-
I'm just, happy to share space with you for sure.
We're so happy you're here.
I also had a weird, like, antagonistic relationship with my mom's mom, very much from when I was little, too, because
right.
I didn't speak English at all when I was a kid. We only spoke Persian until Abdi was born. and I was
Fucking, yeah.
starting preschool because went to preschool and I didn't speak a word of English, and it was very traumatic.
Wow.
That's wild. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a
it was
fascinating.
intense.
Holy shit.
It was intense, but I didn't. But my mom's mom, who is white, like doesn't, told me that like I didn't talk to her,
Yeah.
we couldn't communicate, and I didn't like that, and I was possessive of my mom, so I was like, "Who's this lady? Get away! This is my
Yeah.
mom."
Yeah.
Like she felt like there was like a weird thing between us where we like couldn't communicate, and I could sense that she felt some weird ownership of my mom
Yes.
that I was like,
Oh.
no, you do not have. But then we had this trip.
Wow.
And don't worry, we're in a good place. This year for my birthday, she forwarded me an email and said it was my birthday present.
Great.
That's cool.
And it's so cool.
Okay,
Are
okay.
both your grandparents still alive? Your
No.
mom's
No. My mom's mom is still alive, and
Oh.
she's my only living grandparent.
Okay.
Wow.
That's amazing that she's still alive, though.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I don't know. This
Yeah.
email though
It is.
was a
It
real.
is. No, and I don't expect presents from her. She's never been a grandparent that gives me presents. It was just very fun. Like, it honestly was so funny that it was the best present she could have ever given me.
Yeah. Just a hilarious story.
Be like, here's a gift for your birthday. I was like,
A chain letter?
A chain letter. Yeah, was it a
An
chain letter?
AOL chain letter?
no, she had gotten some email about like attending some free museum exhibit virtually on my birthday. And she was
okay.
like, oh, you can go to this free virtual museum.
Happy
thing. I'll go with
birthday.
you."
An event.
A little
cute.
throwback to
It was
your
cute.
trip in Paris, to Paris.
Little throwback.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
A throwback to Monet. Yeah.
We wrote
Monet
a movie, just
throwback.
got here. What's up? We wrote a movie. And he says, my preschool teacher told my parents to stop teaching me Arabic because they had trouble controlling me.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Ooh.
I ended up
Dang.
never learning.
Dang.
Wow. That is
Yeah,
wild.
I weirdly went from speaking only Persian to then like in a very fast like, oh, what? I can't survive, have to speak only English.
Yeah.
And then slowly over time. Also, families just do dumb stuff like make fun of the way you say words, and I was like, I'm not saying that stuff anymore. And now I
Yeah.
can
Right.
understand it, but I don't speak. But it
Oh,
was
you-
like a hard shift. I was
Wow.
like, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't speak Persian now?
No, like I could, if I try really hard, I could put together a little bit.
Mhm.
But it
And you could
doesn't come
understand
easy.
someone talking to you?
I
sort
have
of.
to focus.
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
focus.
yeah.
But yeah,
Wow,
I pick up a
interesting.
lot of it because it was my first language. So when I hear
Yeah.
it, also my brain in general with languages works that way. If I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah. But if I'm like, wait, what's the word for it? I can't
Mhm.
go
Oh,
the
yeah,
other
Yeah.
way.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't use it, you lose it, as they
Yeah.
say. And it's so
Use it or
true.
lose it.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Yeah, you have to be like immersed in it constantly and using it constantly for it to.
Yeah.
Practicing it.
Yeah.
I spoke Spanish too, and my dad put me in school early because he was worried I wasn't gonna know English. And
Yeah.
Dang.
And now
I remember that they yelled at me at the
Yeah?
at the
Oof.
preschool. That they took me to some sort of like Montessori, and they were like screaming at me because I
Damn.
wasn't listening because I didn't understand them.
Yeah.
And by the time my parents picked me up from that school, I was like crying and I was like throwing up. But it gave me a major tummy ache. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Major
They didn't
tummy
have,
ache.
they didn't have the
Major
sauce you
tummy
like,
ache.
so you.
Yeah.
No
I was like, there was
sauce?
no wonderful sauce, and I still had a
sauce.
tummy ache.
You don't have
We
any
didn't go back.
thermometers. I don't know what the temperature is here.
I kept saying, "What's the temperature? What's the temperature?" And they would only tell me in whole numbers, and I needed to know, was it 0.2,
Yes,
0.6?
it's very important. It's very important.
That is unbelievable. Like I can't even imagine like going to a school and like genuinely like it's your first time at school and then you don't understand what anybody is
That's
saying.
wild. Yeah, that's wild.
What a wild and
Yeah.
scary place.
Yeah.
Teacher just mad at you because you can't do the work. You're like, I literally can't. I don't know what you're saying. But
They were like trying to get me to come inside, but I was like, I don't know.
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
screaming at me is not helping.
Not. I still
Oh,
don't
my
understand what you're
goodness.
saying.
My nephew is being raised speaking Spanish and Russian. And
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
might have to be like the English influence in his life. I'll just have to.
English
Ambassador.
influence.
Yeah.
That's the new
you
Mark
gotta-
Schroeder
you-
movie.
Yeah, the English influence.
Be like
That's
this on the
great.
cover, like
Yeah.
yeah, and like a professor top and paint shorts bottom.
Yeah. Of course.
Classic.
And Rue,
Classic.
you let me know when you want to show these other
Let's
pics too.
go to the next
You wanna see one?
picture, and then
Ooh.
we might.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if I'm here on my trip yet, but great
Oh
outfit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rue,
an-
this
what an
outfit.
Oh hell
Wait,
yeah.
zoom. Oh, you look like you're having the time of your life. Side pony, half up, half down. That is like the best
Yeah.
hairstyle ever. I
Little half
loved that
turtleneck?
hairstyle growing
And
up.
this-
I would kill for this turtleneck now.
Are those jellies?
Love
What are
a
those
turtleneck.
shoes?
Yeah, what's
They're
happening
weird. They're weird
Sandals.
woven sandals. That
Yeah,
I-
no, not
Socks.
weird. I think
No, they're not weird. They're not
very
weird.
popular.
traipsing
Very
around.
popular.
Gay Pelly and in sandals.
Socks and sandals.
Wait, can we just zoom in a couple more notches? I gotta see these
Yak.
glasses.
Enhance, Yak,
Here we
enhance.
go. This is as enhanced as we can get.
Damn,
Sort
Rue.
of,
Let me say, this outfit is on fucking fire.
Sick.
Thank you. And what is that around my neck? Is that my camera? I think it is.
I
Yeah,
think that's
it's
what I
the
was
long-
wondering.
it's the long flat ones.
I love
That's
those.
a camera.
I used to love
Yes,
those.
where like the light pops, right? Like the flash pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
These
you
are
have to
all-
like reload the flash.
We got a lot of
Although-
youngins in the chat who might not
Oh my god, you guys, it was the best.
know that at one point phones and cameras were completely.
Oh, they were different things. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is before cell phones. Again, 1990 is the year.
It
Oh
all
my god.
happened for
Now,
Rue.
Rue, when did your favorite show it's failing me right now. What is the name of it?
Eurovision?
Twin Peaks? Which one?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks
When did
was
Twin
about
Peaks come out?
around this time.
90.
Because I have to
Yeah.
say, this outfit
91,
feels
92.
very Twin Peaks-esque. Very, like, it's so fucking cool.
But
Do
you
know
didn't
what I
watch.
mean?
You didn't
Thank
watch
you.
Twin Peaks when it came out, right, Ru?
Oh, yes, I did.
You did. Wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was
Yeah.
advanced.
It
Advanced.
was too advanced. Abdi and I watched it. We tricked our parents into it because I was exposed to it via this grandmother, via my mom's mom.
Oh wow.
We were visiting their place one day, went up to her room to watch TV. She was watching Twin Peaks, so I watched an episode with her, and I got into it. And then I told my parents I was watching a TV show that I had watched with Grandma Sheila, so
Oh,
they
and they were
didn't
like-
really say anything about it. And it was scary, and I knew I couldn't tell them how scared I was, otherwise they would make us stop watching.
Right.
Oh my
Totally.
gosh.
You
Well,
had
that.
to just hold it
Yeah,
all
I remember.
in.
I
I
would
feel
be
like-
in my bed, like, and I was like, I can't tell them. They'll make me stop watching Twin
Mm-hmm.
Peaks.
That must have influenced a lot of your style, your comedy. Wow.
Yeah, it did. And also, it said a lot about how much Abdi and I were drawn to that. I mean,
The
Yeah.
artistic realm of
and the
Twin Peaks,
darkness.
yeah.
There was already a lot
Yeah.
of darkness and trauma in our home, and we were ready. We were ready.
You were ready for it. Have you ever seen Ruha? Have you ever seen the composer, like a YouTube video of him walking the audience through how he came up with the composition, the music for Twin Peaks?
Oh, with Angelo Badalamenti.
Yes, of course. You know him by
yes,
name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good. And he's like, and then he was like, go for it, and I went for it, and it was just like, yes, this is it, yes. And now there's heartache, and so we went here, and it was just like the most beautiful, intense thing I've ever seen. Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
it's
Maybe
so
that will be my
good.
topic tonight.
Wow.
We'll
Even
see.
Jason Waterfalls has seen it.
Well, there is a
Dang, of
big
course.
waterfall in
Ooh.
It's canon.
In Twin Peaks,
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So,
that big old geyser, yeah,
okay.
big old waterfall guy. Okay.
Okay. What's our next
Okay.
entry?
So the next entry, August 13th. Mom, did you know that we drove through France, Germany, and Switzerland today? We went through the Black Forest, and I got you a picture.
The
My
Black
family
Forest.
loved Black Forest cake.
Oh.
But I think that's all I knew of the Black Forest.
Yeah, you were like,
A
there's the
lot
cake.
of stuff goes on in the Black Forest at nighttime, by the way.
Oh,
A
really?
lot.
Is it
oh,
the
yeah,
same
I've got a
Black Forest as Black
whole
Forest ham? Is it the
Story
same?
about the Black Forest.
I guess so. And I love that ham, too.
I
So-
want to go to this
Wow.
forest. I'll
make
take
some
the
good
cake. I'll
ham.
take
I love
the ham.
I love the cake.
If
Taking
you
that
drive
far.
through, because like the Black Forest is like kind of like on the outskirts of like the Champs-Élysées, like you drive
Yeah.
around that big famous circle and the Black Forest kind of is on the outskirts of that.
Okay.
And if you drive there like at nighttime, you'll see flashes of light here and there in the Black Forest.
Okay.
And it's where prostitutes will flash a light and then you'll go into the Black Forest and you'll find your prostitute and then you guys will,
Great way
you know.
to murder or
Cannabis.
be murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I got a oral history lesson when I went to
Oh
Perry.
my golly.
Well, NAS loves going to flashing lights.
I
Yeah,
love.
She's drawn.
Not a real.
I like to know the seedy side of a famous city. You know what I mean? It's like what really goes on here.
She don't believe in shooting
Enough.
stars, but she believes in shoes and cars. Couture from the stores department.
Oh,
Um,
dun,
Mark,
Just hitting you with a little Kanye.
too much, Mark.
dun, the car.
Also, Jessica only knew about the ham. The cake is like chocolate, cherry, and whipped cream.
Ooh.
Yes, Black Forest. Yeah.
And
Okay,
ham. And ham.
Ruha, gun on you.
ham.
The cops are going to bust you, Ruha. Give me a dramatic reading of I Only Knew About the Ham.
Oh yeah.
I only knew about the ham. I had been coming here for 8 years. And I swear, I only knew about the ham. I was not involved with the flashing of the lights or
Yeah.
the cake. And if I had known that cake was being made in the same facility where I was making ham, I assure you I would not have been involved. So I know it looks like I am a part of this cake
Yeah.
ring.
It
And
does.
I've seen all the evidence that you've laid before me. But I need to tell you that I'm only in it for the ham, and I didn't know that the ham was a front for the cake, and I am innocent.
Damn.
And if you need someone to go undercover or wear a wire,
Wow.
Your turn, state
You're
evidence.
willing to
Big
take down
turn.
the whole shebang. By the
Ruha,
way,
I never, ever, ever do this in the room.
Wow. You're gonna do it in the room?
You got the part. You got
Yeah.
the part.
Got the part. You're going to the Black Forest.
Production
ham,
begins.
pack your
Pack your ham.
Back here.
Pack your ham. Pack your cake.
thank you so much for letting me audition, even though I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, they can't do it. Okay.
You'll be at home. We'll be in Black Forest. It's gonna be great.
We're gonna fly your apartment there. We have the budget.
Also, I thought we were playing police officers. I don't think we have the jurisdiction to give Ruha a part.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a casting
Oh.
director in this
Oh, you're a
interrogation.
casting
I'm
director.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
thought
talked to
this
the chief.
Because I was going to tell Officer Booth and Officer Manrique that please don't clap when a
Wow.
witness is giving their testimony.
I mean,
okay?
they already said they're not going to do my project, so you can arrest them whenever you want. I'm going back to
Oh,
Hollywood. I'm going back to
man.
Hollywood. Officers.
Yeah. Such an
Wow.
American influence right there. Such an American influence.
Guys, we
English
just-
influence all the way.
We just did some serious improv right there. Great work.
Serious.
Wow.
Serious shit.
Serious.
Hey, and Ruha right on the spot, just crushing it like
Yeah.
that.
Wow. Yeah.
Nailed it.
I
Out of
mean,
the gate.
given.
I'm out of
given.
practice. but-
Again, though, we're not
What
surprised.
pandemic? What pandemic?
Okay, to know you is to know that you are going to jump in
Wow.
fully. Okay, you're not going to dip your toe in the water. You're going to
No
jump
dip. No dipping.
fully in. Okay.
Splash.
And people in chat are still discussing your outfit. They're
Yeah.
I was
breaking
going to
it
say
down.
if you are
Going
confused,
And there's
crazy.
Oh, the Victor one.
but that's but what you've got on is great though too, Ru. What you've
Oh,
got
yeah,
on
that
is
works
great,
too.
Ru.
That
It's
works.
all working.
I love this outfit.
Thank
I've
you.
actually been
Oh,
thinking about that this whole time.
Oh wow.
This whole entire time.
Okay, so
Nice,
this
you're
next
obsessed.
entry, I'm going to move on in the journal because
Yes,
there's just a
yes.
few things we got to get to.
We
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
The next entry just quickly mentions one part of the trip that I really clung to, which was nature walks with my grandfather and him showing me different stuff. I really liked that he pointed out all the different fruits and things. So there's just one sentence at the end. Well, we went out and it's raining like crazy. I went to the car to get my umbrella. We went past pears, apples, currants, hazelnuts, walnuts, apricots, and berries. Now we're going to stay in, Mommy, and I'm going to wash my hair. I love you. Good night. I decided from now on, I'll just say hugs and kisses.
Oh,
I'm tired of writing all these damn X's.
plot twist. Plot
I
twist.
decided. So,
Dang.
That's
so
good.
that's one big shift. So then
Wow.
it's
Decisions
hugs
are
and
powerful.
kisses for a while.
I wonder what that was. I wonder, did your hand get tired by the end? So many X's and O's.
I
Did
know,
you
I
not
wonder.
want to say, oh, I'm getting a little tired of doing the 20 X's and O's, so now I'm only going to do 3? Is Mommy going to think I don't love her as much?
Is this
Well,
pic-
there was also a building of them. Like the first page
Ooh,
was
they were
like a
getting-
lot,
Right.
and then it was more, and then it was more. I also think that either I was like, okay, I can't keep heightening this.
Yeah.
you knew
not a
about
shit.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe my grandparents noticed how many X's and O's I was writing.
I was just
They're
going
like,
to
"What are you
say,
doing?"
did you get a little
Crazy.
embarrassed?
Can
Did
I
you get a little
Ruha?
embarrassed?
Ruha, with your permission, could I share this next picture? Because it
Yes.
seems like you have a look that you are over X's and O's in this pic. But I mean, I'll let the
I think you're right.
she's
I
over
think
it.
you're right. And,
I'll let
and
the
let's,
people-
Over it.
and let's just talk
Damn.
that there is a bed, there is a light, there is a
Look-
telephone.
Oh, look at that
Confirmed.
phone, look at
Confirmed.
that. I
Confirmed.
don't know
Don't
what
you
that
dare
is.
make that call. Don't you dare make that call, Ruha.
Yeah,
Don't you
don't-
dare
Look
pick
at
that
this.
phone up.
She's thinking about it.
Look at this.
$1,000
Yeah.
call.
This
Ruha is
outfit
definitely
on the
thinking
side,
about it.
too.
Windbreaker on
jacket
the
and
mattress.
Uh-huh.
Those slick
Glasses.
black heads. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I was going to say the white socks and the black heads. Fuck yeah.
Shades, tight shades on the.
This is an
bed.
outfit I hope to wear now.
Yeah.
But zoom in on the face because it's still not able to
Still,
be happy.
yeah, you can't have a full
Still
smile.
thinking about that tummy.
Beautiful.
But also weirdly leaning on the bed trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
It's a confusing time.
That's a Vanna
You're surrounded
White
by
moment.
French prostitutes all day. You don't know what is happening. It's
The fiasco in the Black Forest.
Too confusing.
Yeah.
Too dang. A perfect being.
Wow.
Just
Hey, man.
So much love from the chat over here. Thank you, chat.
Cutie.
Best chat in the game.
Let's chat in the
Best chat in
game.
the game.
Jessica, I don't know if you know this, but Abolition 9 in the chat is Susie, my mom.
Oh, we should
and
tell the chat.
She
Yeah.
and she is hearing this for the first time.
Yeah. And during our improv where we pretended to be police, she wrote defund. She was.
She did.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was.
Yes.
She was ready. She was ready.
She is ready, and she is ready.
Okay, so
Okay, so that next picture is in Mozart's house, and I do have an entry about that. So I think we
All right.
can. I'll skip to that. Oh well, there's a little bit about Okay, so there's a tiny bit in this one. That I will read before we do that. Mommy, today we got up, went downstairs for breakfast, and it was still raining. It breaks and then starts again. We got in the car and started driving. It rained for a while, but then came clear right when we drove onto a ferry that went across Lake Constance and saved time and gas.
okay.
Practical child.
Well,
Wow.
That
Always
was a
thinking about-
grandparents
yeah.
moment right
Grandparents.
Yeah,
there. A proud
big
moment for your
The
It's
grandparents.
grandparents
practical on
told
time and it's practical on gas.
They leaned over and told you to write that.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I was like, why are we on this boat?
Document
Well, it's
this.
saving time and gas.
Damn it, Sheila.
Better write that down.
Write that down. Then, when we drove off the ferry, it rained a bit, but it stopped. We drove and drove. We stopped for lunch, and I had pork chops with mushrooms and pasta. But then I had half a cheesecake for dessert. Then we went driving in the Alpines in Austria and Germany. Now we're in Austria, staying in a hotel in the Alpine Mountains. It's beautiful. It's raining and flooding a couple inches above ground. It is cold enough to snow, and there is a good chance that it will. Who would have thought this could happen? I grew up in LA, so I was
Right.
obsessed
Yeah.
with the possibility of snow.
Okay.
Who would have
This could
thought?
change
Who would have
things
thought?
For young Ruha. This could really change the entire meaning of the whole trip.
100%. This would change the
Wow.
whole trip if it
Yeah.
snowed.
The next sentence. Weather is happening just the way we want it.
Weather is happening.
just the way we want it.
It's like my prayer journey that I say every night has something to do with it. I guess I've been praying for snow.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
A
And
prayer,
it's a prayer journey.
That takes time.
Everything has been perfect, and we're right on schedule.
You're timing the snow too?
I don't
is
know.
looking good.
I'm not sure if that was about timing.
You've got your
the snow.
thermometer out and your watch out, and you're like, all right, it's accumulating. Here we go.
Either it was timing the snow, or that's another grandparent thing of like we've been just getting everywhere on time.
Yeah,
Like,
we made it to the hotel.
We're
perfect
making great time, Sheila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 15th, we drove through Germany and Austria. Mommy, we saw mountains and snow on them. We drove to Salzburg and visited Mozart's house. So pull up that
here you go.
Mozart picture. That's Mozart. This is inside Mozart's house in Salzburg.
Oh wow.
That's like, I guess, Mozart's piano.
I mean, that's amazing. That's really cool.
That is.
Yeah. And I said we visited
Unreal.
the house in honor of your visit 35 years ago. So I guess my grandparents had taken her there like
Oh.
35
Okay.
years before.
And you got an iPhone 5 here, I see.
Yeah, that's my iPhone 5 I upgraded on the trip.
Good. Get those fresh pics.
Movies ahead of me.
Oh yeah.
We had dinner with them. I had a small piece of chicken and apple juice. Our room has a TV, phone, view of the waterfall, 3 beds, lamps everywhere, and 2 bathrooms. I talked with you, Mom, and I won't talk to you until I get to Londaig Saturday. I went on a walk tonight, and I'm going to send you postcards tomorrow. I love you. Good night. Hugs and kisses.
Oh.
Okay,
Hugs
so
and
now
kisses.
we're
I feel like-
entering a new. What were you gonna say?
I just feel like you're embracing it a little more. You're not talking about how homesick you are, about how you miss her as much.
Yeah, it's clear that I'm having a better time.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it was very
The
hard.
snow
and I'm
really cheered you up.
Yeah, it was,
Yes, the
prayers.
possibility.
it was on schedule. It was on schedule.
The fact the snow stuck to whatever the schedule was, but the snow stuck to it. Really
Right
out of
on.
the park for young Ruha.
Yeah.
Mommy this morning, Bajun and I went on a walk and we had small wild strawberries and raspberries. And so this starts the section of the journal where I start drawing food.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, fun.
This is the little berry.
That's a berry. Oh.
So,
Uh-huh.
which were great. Then we all had breakfast. After that, I mailed your postcard and we headed onward towards the mountain. You go up in a cable car gondola. Grandma Sheila was scared to death, but Bajun and I were having the time of our lives.
Oh.
Then we came down and Grandma Sheila was calmer, but Bajun and I had the same attitude as before.
Oh, Bajun.
Wow.
Then we
You
went
guys-
to lunch.
Yeah.
I had a lamb cutlet. That's a lamb cutlet.
Oh.
A
That looks
corn
exactly-
fritter,
Of course. Yes.
spinach,
Yes.
and pineapple sherbet. So,
Mhm.
Wow.
yeah.
All rendered perfectly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next picture.
Ooh.
This is perfect. Okay, then I went swimming in the hotel's indoor swimming pool with a waterfall.
Look at
I
how
went in a
beautiful.
whirlpool.
Waterfall.
Look at those
Look at
eyes.
those
That's
beautiful. Like the,
That's
look at
a
just
really
this,
cool
this like
suit.
the beautiful photo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
That's a
so
good one.
cute.
I went in a whirlpool and a steam bath, which smelled like rosemary. It was very fancy.
Ooh.
After that,
Whoa.
I took a shower and went down to dinner. At first I write, up here, I write turkey, veal, and beef. But then I crossed out veal and beef because I realized I had to draw them separate.
Right. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so
Right.
Thank
different.
you.
Very important.
So
to separate
different.
Those. Yeah.
With 3
Definite-
potatoes
And you just drew
Different,
squares
uh-huh.
for the potatoes.
Potato
Yeah.
cubes.
and vanilla ice
slingshot?
cream for dessert. That's
so
vanilla
it's-
ice cream with those cookies, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
with the
Yeah.
Berlin.
This is
I love
this
it.
is the OG taking photos of your food. This
Right.
is what we
Yeah.
used to do.
Right? Mhm. I used to journal about it.
Speaking of
Now,
taking
Mom,
Speaking
I am.
of so,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No,
I do have a pizza that was just
delivery here.
delivered to me.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is time
Hello.
to eat. What is on that pizza?
Gadzooks.
It's a small
Oh,
piece of pizza with
It's a
some
small pizza because I get
Oh,
the
it's a whole
gluten-free
piece.
and the vegan cheese.
Oh yeah.
But
Can
it's
you
all-
draw it for
cauliflower
us?
crust?
Could you
I
actually
will, I
draw
will.
it?
I
Yeah,
would be
I don't
happy
know
to
what you're
draw it
talking
for
about
you.
unless I see it drawn by an 11-year-old.
Look at
Is
that.
pepperoni, pineapple, and olive?
Yes, pineapple, olive, pepperoni with some garlic.
Holy
I like a little
moly.
sweet with my savory.
Sure.
I do
have one
jalapeno
or the
instead
other.
of the olive.
You know what? I forgot to get
Jalapeno.
Oh, yeah.
jalapeno. I forgot to get jalapeno.
That'd be bomb. That'd be bomb.
I forgot.
Wow.
Always
Anyway,
keep a side
then
pouch.
the hugs and kisses. I start writing hugs and kisses, and I start drawing a
Drawing
hug
hugs.
and a kiss.
That's way more work than just doing.
Thank
those
you.
X's.
I agree, but also way less writing. So
Right.
mostly
Yeah,
did a
keeping it
drawing.
short
I
and
think
sweet.
I'm like, I don't want to write anything
You're
today.
tired of
Yeah.
writing. You
Yeah.
want to just, draw.
And I believe that my hugs and kisses are. I really remind myself of Keith Haring. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, wait a minute. These are good.
Wow.
So that entry is like barely anything. Here is the next hug and kiss. The lips, cool. I think even more Keith Haring.
Now, who's Keith Haring for me who has no idea who Keith Haring is?
Oh, Keith Haring's a famous New York artist, like street art.
He draws people hugging and kissing a bunch.
I like those muggers.
Like, you know those little like dancing people
With like,
the little,
that are
like-
kind of like outlines and they have the little squiggles around them. Like they're almost vibrating.
Oh, I've never seen these before. Safe
Oh,
sex.
really? It was really big in the
Yeah.
80s,
I think
90s.
you've
Anyway,
seen
so this is
Yeah, I was a
last
child.
Is that a remote control and
Not in New
lips?
York.
No,
Lips and hugging.
It's the
That's the
hugging,
hug.
and it says Rue
Oh,
and
that makes
Mom on those
Oh.
little bodies. And
Aw.
one of my friends earlier was like, "You should get that as a tattoo."
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna just skip to the last entry that I'm sharing. August
Ooh.
20th. This morning I got up, showered, got dressed, and washed up, and then I went down to breakfast. I took the elevator because my knees are killing me.
Oh, yeah. Big Euro trip.
You and your grandparents were really connected at this point,
Right?
okay?
Yeah.
You had turned into
A lot
that.
of joint pain.
Honestly, they were like, "What's up with you?" Like that was always me. Let's show the next picture
got it.
because I think maybe
Oh.
this is me and Bajun.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful photo.
That's a great
Yeah,
photo.
and this
That's the biggest you've smiled.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was having
that
a nice
such
time.
A sweet photo, Rue.
Love.
I would also kill for this like peach mock
Oh.
tank
Right?
turtleneck
Yeah.
tank
I was just gonna
top.
say this is a great color on you.
Yeah, great. I loved it. And the next picture.
Got it. Oh, I gotta zoom out.
That's my grandma Sheila.
Lovely.
Oh, I wonder if those fries had that sauce. I wonder-
Oh.
I mean, we're not in Paris anymore.
Oh, that's
I
not in
don't know
Paris
if it
anymore,
is
Toto.
wonderful.
Look at how sweet this photo is, and like what a
Another
cool
one.
restaurant. Red
Right on the
tablecloths
water.
with all
Yeah.
yeah.
Just having a beer, no problem.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that is because
Yeah.
our family didn't drink. We're
Wow, maybe.
Kind of
June was sneaking one.
Yeah.
No, Grandma Sheila's more likely to sneak one.
Zoom in on it. Yeah.
All right.
Let's get some
CSI
fingerprints.
that
Can we get
beer.
some fingerprints off of this?
Oh, that might be sparkling water.
Yeah, apple.
Okay, okay.
Could be
I
a
thought it's a
vinegar.
beer.
Could be like a weird vinegar for the fries. I don't know. I don't
What's
know.
Right.
strange is it's clearly not in either of those glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Straight from the
it's
bottle.
not being consumed.
And I'm obviously drinking 2 half cups of water.
Right, as well documented.
So,
Lovely, yeah. It's good to get the perspective of the faces. Of,
Yeah, that's fun.
yeah, so I go on to describe my breakfast in detail, of course. I had bread, butter, and cheese with a glass of orange juice and a little coffee with a lot of milk and a little sugar, like what we had in Italy, except I made it. That was like my favorite thing on this trip to Italy with my mom and dad was
Oh.
a spot of coffee and a glass of steamed milk and sugar.
Mostly milk. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a coffee drinker.
Uh-huh.
I'm a
give
9-year-old coffee drinker.
Caffeine to this child. Let's see if we can max this thing out energy-wise.
Yeah.
After I had lunch of pasta and meat sauce with ice cream for dessert, everyone had a sort of ice cream cake shaped dessert with coffee, chocolate, and vanilla ice cream. I draw it.
You
That's
had
it.
to. Oh,
That's
there
it.
it is.
Okay, well, I'll still take it. I'll still order it.
Is it? Maybe it's like a tiramisu.
If that was the picture on the
If
menu,
that was the picture on the
Mark,
menu,
you'd be like, oh,
and,
yeah.
but the description was still what you said, I'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll eat that.
I'll have one of these.
Yeah. One child's drawing, please.
Okay. Then I went to Bajun's course from 8 to 10, and he is so interesting. I made him sign a legal contract that makes him promise not to retire before I go there. And there is UCLA because he was a professor of Near East Studies at UCLA. So I made him sign a legal contract that makes him promise not to retire before I go there unless he dies because I want to take his course. Now I'm going to read and then go to bed. I love you. Good night, Mommy. Hugs and kisses. And another Keith Haring, Ruha Taslimi original. So that brings us to...
Well, can we go to that contract real quick? Is that you really made him sign well, there it is.
We've got it. For the court, Exhibit A.
Will you read it? What does it say?
Yes, absolutely. It says legal contract at the top, so you know it's legit.
Sure. Yeah.
You, Mr. Banani, promise that you will still be teaching history at UCLA when I go, unless you die.
Wow.
Always good to sign a contract that ends with unless you
Die.
die.
And then it says yes or no, check one off. He checked yes.
He
And
checked
then-
yes.
We've got the
And then he
proof.
signed it, and it's his signature. And then he wrote a very cute note. Ruha Junam, you have given me the best reason to stay alive.
Oh, that's so cute.
And also a little wink of humor there, right?
Very funny. Yeah.
I will stay alive. You know what I mean? Like he probably chuckled at this contract a lot.
Weirdly, on this pocket, I wrote, Grandma Sheila, you're reading that book again, which I think is something I heard my grandfather say.
Yeah.
Dylan, give me a dramatic reading of Sheila, you're reading that book again.
Sheila, you're reading that book again.
Again.
Again?
I wonder how many times she's read that book.
Well,
Sheila,
too many.
you're reading that book again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the he's very lucky that I did not take him to court because he did retire before I went.
Son of a gun.
Wow.
And he wrote a letter. I asked him to write me a letter of recommendation when I applied to UCLA, which was my dream school. And he wrote them a letter saying that he hoped that they would not let me in because he had watched the education decline over his time.
Oh, he wrote a hate mail? Hate mail?
Listen,
Amazing.
That's like brings you down too. So
yeah, and I
that's
did
so
not, and I
funny.
did not get in, and I
You didn't?
No, and I can't help. I've always believed it was directly related, and I will not ever believe otherwise.
Holy
That is
shit.
so funny.
That's
It has to be
crazy.
this hilarious.
That's crazy.
oh my goodness.
I love that. I love that. How did you find out that that was the content of the letter? Did you know, or did he tell you afterwards?
I think he.
Don't you usually
kinda
get the letter and
proudly
then?
shared
Well, he
that.
probably
They
knew
might have-
people.
yeah.
He probably passed it on himself. I'm guessing, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah, because the UCs actually were like, you didn't have to send in. They kind of were like no letters of recommendation, but I was like, will you write one anyway? Because you're a professor there. Like, I'm sure that it wouldn't hurt.
Seems like that
you
would
know?
go far. Yeah.
But
Oof.
He blew up. He
but,
blew up your spot. He
He
blew
had a
up your.
bone to pick, and
Wow. He took that time to
And he
take
picked
a
that bone.
stand.
He picked that bone for sure.
And it may not have been related. Like maybe I wasn't gonna get in for some reason. But
And then
Sure
years
felt
later,
bad.
Lori
Yeah.
Laughlin
Oh, for
kind of
sure.
blows it up, and then we realize What the hell's happening over there at UCLA? You know what I mean?
Grandpa was right.
I
Grandpa
don't think that was
right.
Your grandpa was
UCLA.
That was USC, right?
That's USC.
I think
With-
oh, sorry, it wasn't Lori Loughlin, but UCLA was definitely involved in that. There was cases against UCLA.
Really? Oh, well.
Wait,
I
do you mean
guess.
more Ivy League schools are involved in illegal extracurricular activities?
I just
I don't
thought
believe it.
UCLA was a state
No
school,
way.
so it wouldn't be, but I guess it
Yeah.
could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think it was.
I mean,
But you
really,
know what, listen,
all
I'm so
all
sorry
They're
for
all
you.
crooked. They're all fucking crooked, and they're all
Yeah,
gross.
yeah.
I
and
mean-
they're
This
all
goes to show how
disgusting.
much Ruha will not say anything bad
Bad about
about her favorite school.
It's still her dream
Mm-hmm.
school. Yeah.
It's still my favorite school. And yeah.
And that's
Go
what
Bruins.
And
Go
yeah.
Bruins.
Go Bruins.
Cabris.
I mean, it's fine. I think I would have dropped out no matter what.
Yeah.
You would have done one play, got casted into a movie, and that would have been that, you know?
That would have been the
Exactly.
I'm done. I thought I wanted to come here. I was wrong.
Mm. Well, that was so fun.
That's it, y'all. That's my.
I still have some pics here. Should we just?
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
let's
gonna say,
do
are there
the
any more
rest of the
photos?
Yeah,
day.
Oh, yeah.
Test this out. Please walk us
Okay.
through.
What is happening here?
It looks like you're standing in front of a giant check and you're pissed about it. Like,
Yeah,
how much
yeah,
money?
You took me here?
I don't want the money.
I gotta rake this whole lawn.
Again, great
You
jacket.
Took me to the Gorner Grat?
Okay.
Yeah, it's Corner Grat. It's like a
corner.
geyser or something. It was very
Yeah.
cool.
It looks.
That's awesome.
It was too misty. I think you were like.
Yeah.
Misty
Yeah.
and
You're
it's
trying to see
raining.
through the mist right now. You're happy. You're just like, it's so
Yeah.
misty. Yeah.
What the?
What a great look, though.
What am I looking
Those
at?
earrings?
Let's zoom in on that swatch watch. It goes with this jacket.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
God, I love this jacket so much.
That jacket is fierce.
Dang.
Dang.
Pink on pink. You got a little green accent there.
That is a good swatch.
nails on
Killing
point.
it.
Holding that
Wow.
leftover
Swatch.
cheesecake. Yeah.
What the?
Leftover cheesecake.
Why would
There's
you
a
bring
lot
me
of
here?
palm trees on the bottom of this jacket. I wonder if.
Oh,
it's-
that's what that is.
That's
That
fun.
is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's
God,
like
what
a
I would give for this
sunset.
jacket right now.
Yeah,
I think this is the one on the bed. At the
I love that
hotel.
jacket. Yeah, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Jason Waterfalls says the geyser goes off every other day. That's the caption for this photo.
Jason Waterfalls knows a lot about geysers.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
geyser is just an
Giving
upside down
me-
waterfall.
Yeah,
More
it's just
reason
an
why
upside
that,
down
that name should stay. You should keep Jason Waterfalls for longer than the month that you have to have it.
Oh, Maja Cat, it does look like a green screen. They're saying, can we green screen her into other locations?
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
We'll talk
them.
we'll run it
green,
past the
screen,
interns.
green screen them.
Them.
Them,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Them. Yes.
Oh, we got a better look at these.
Oh,
pockets.
yeah.
There it is.
This is me. Very
That
Oh,
cold.
look it. You're much happier here, Rue.
But cold.
But cold.
Well,
but again,
you
can we,
see that it looks like snow, so you know I'm happy.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's-
Oh, right. That's why. Yeah.
can we zoom in a little bit on the bottom of those? I want to see those palm trees a little bit.
I'm sure.
Nice.
Can we get those concrete a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
Oh,
it.
and one is blue, like the water in front of the setting sun.
Oh,
That is
The
sick.
silhouetted
Yeah.
palm is blue.
That's a perfect
That's
jacket. That's a perfect
That's
jacket.
pretty
Fuck.
perfect.
Too thin jacket for this
It
location.
does look.
Absolutely. I don't know if you can tell, but I am cold.
yeah.
Pure
Waterproof,
popsicle.
though. Waterproof. So that's good.
Yeah, let's hope.
Okay,
Hey.
this is an outfit I would kill for. I would murder
Look
for
at
these
that
shorts.
outfit.
Oh, my goodness.
Those are
Those are
shorts.
great.
Oh,
Those are like my
yeah.
paint shorts.
Wow.
These are those sunglasses you wanted to see earlier.
Hello.
What does it say on the waist?
Q lava.
K
Q,
lava or Q
Yes.
lava?
Q,
Magnify.
P, A, I, A. K,
K
Is
Pava.
it K pasa?
¿Qué pasa? Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect
Dang.
outfit.
Wow.
That is a
Um,
perfect outfit.
Peak 90s.
Thanks for those shorts, Mom.
Coolest. Just the
Cool as
Incredible.
fuck.
Just the
I mean, this is a cool kid. Like,
This is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cool.
Such a cool
Chill
kid.
Chill kid.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and then these were pictures right before I left for my trip that I
Look at how
included.
sweet.
This is my mom, mommy, right there.
Wow,
Okay, there it
mommy.
is. There it is.
Stunning
my dad.
dress. Stunning
Nice.
dress. Stunning
Yeah,
person.
your mom obviously had style. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
mom, very
That's where you get it from.
stylish.
That's where you get it from.
That beautiful necklace is this topaz necklace that she wore a lot. I loved it a lot. And look at that chunky belt.
Classic
Yeah.
dad,
Oh.
classic dad pen, classic
dad
pen.
is-
Gotta write something. Don't know when I'm gonna be called upon to write something, but
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Don Taslimi is ready to write
Yeah.
and read about temperatures.
Yep.
Don't forget.
Give me all the degrees you got.
Tell me.
And then the
Good.
next one, this is my Aunt Layla, my mom's sister.
Looks a lot.
I don't
like
know
her.
why she was upset, but we did visit.
Yeah.
She looks
It's like a
pretty.
mugshot.
Yeah. she's-
We did visit Yugoslavia, which I skipped that section where she had like lived for a while, and she did theater she was like directing and
Whoa.
stuff when she was in her 20s. Then she came back to LA and changed careers, and now she's like a teacher. But I'm like, because they're, overall the artistness skipped a generation, and then Abdi and I were like, we're both here. Like,
Hello.
but Layla did dabble for a little bit. And
Oh
then
my
this
goodness.
is, I'm not happy that I'm about to be leaving for this
Okay.
trip. This is
Oh
Abdi.
yeah. Oh, you.
Oh my God, this is
forced
Abdi.
Smile, the
This
forced
is
smile on
Abdi
your face.
and my uncle.
Oh my God, zoom in. Look at how sweet Abdi is.
I know.
This is the sweetest. No wonder you were like, give me that other breast, Mom.
Yeah, and if I could survive Abdi, I can survive Europe for 3.5 weeks.
What a terror. What a real terror.
I was so sad.
Incredible.
And then,
Does Abdi still wear really great? Those glasses are fucking cool. Does Abdi still wear glasses like that?
Abdi mostly doesn't wear glasses, mostly wears contacts. But
Damn, you gotta let him know. Some glasses like
stylish.
that. Those glasses are sick.
yeah, Abdi had very good glasses. And then I think the next one is the last one, and this is an iconic photo.
Wow.
It's still the three of us in the background. Abdi's still adorable. Me
Is
still
your-
very sad. My grandmother is
Playing a video game?
my Nintendo.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And this Nintendo would soon after get moved to her room because she was like, I want it in my room. I want to play Tetris whenever I want.
Tetris,
Um,
of course.
My dad was a huge Tetris guy. Yeah.
So she took over the Nintendo, but the focus. I mean, she is playing Tetris.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, you
You-
need to if you do
Thi-
start a
this
production
could-
company called Well Mommy, that is the picture
Yeah.
on the production
great.
company. Just
Well,
your
mommy, I got the high
grandma,
score.
playing Tetris.
And
That
the
is
World
computer,
amazing.
our
And the
computer in
computer.
background. I played a
And-
lot of Math Blasters and Where in
This
the World
is the
Carmen
90s in a
Diego.
photo.
Oh
Mhm.
damn!
Yeah, this is.
This selection of animated
Yeah,
films.
that's Disney for sure.
The Disney.
Right
And I like
there.
that she's like, I want nothing to do with this photo. I am busy stacking my blocks.
I got a
And
line
yet,
piece.
and yet, whoever took the photo was like, "Bye, John," in the foreground.
Yeah, gotta
Yes.
gotta frame this.
We're all in the back.
This is amazing.
That's so good.
Oh my goodness.
What a
For
photo.
some reason, a big umbrella right on the coffee table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're packing. You're packing.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I was packing.
How
it.
rainy is it going to be?
Yeah.
You know.
Will there be snow?
Encyclopedia
Will
Britannica.
my prayer journey lead
Will
to
the
snow?
prayer journey-
Right,
Indeedly do.
exactly.
Indeedly do.
I'm so glad that you survived
Amazing.
that journey.
I know.
You know.
Wow.
Wow.
How wonderful.
And that's it. That's it for
That's
all the
great.
photos.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was
Those
such
were
a fun
incredible.
trip.
Yeah, fun trip.
That
Oh
was
man,
incredible.
Rue, I
Thanks for sharing
love
all that with
that.
us.
Those photos are so great too. And I would be so honored if my daughter wrote to me,
That's true.
like all of that love that you gave to your mom. Like that's
I mean,
such a
I was
beautiful thing.
obsessed. But also like, to no fault of anyone, there was like insecure attachment. You know, like I was like,
Now-
I love you, I love you, I love you. Please love me and hold me and take care of me. Do you?
Oh,
love
that's
me? Please.
that's clear. Oh,
You
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
We
There's
heard
no doubt
that.
about
We
that.
heard
There's no yeah.
We know it because we know. We see it because we know it. You know what I mean?
Now, is
You
that
spot it, you got it.
isn't that kind of cultural too in Persian culture? Because I have a good amount of friends who are Persian, who have that really close relationship with one parent. Yeah.
I wonder.
So I wonder if that's part of it.
I mean, in general, family is close, and like
Yeah.
like people talk all the time and don't, you know, like the ideal is like everyone lives together forever.
Right.
Too, and, like,
If you're
that's
doing it right,
normal.
yeah.
Like, yeah. And
I bet your mom never thought.
Other kids, I was like, "You talk to your mom how much?" Like other Persian kids, I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, okay,"
Yeah, right.
because I thought it was intense for me, and I'd be like, "Oh, I actually have it easy
Yeah.
comparatively."
Oh, you breastfed till you were 20. Okay.
Well,
Well,
the thing was
All right.
that I wasn't feeding as much as I was just sitting on the nipple.
Yeah.
you were squatting. You were
Breast
protecting.
squatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly like this is mine.
I got into baby bottles when I was like in junior high. I would drink apple juice and watch
Wait,
my
what?
shows out of a
Wait,
baby
wait,
bottle.
wait.
Wait a minute, you never
Wait
shared
a
any of
second.
that.
your thing?
You know,
Wait.
listen, I told Rue we
Wait.
share things
Yeah,
about
that's gonna have
ourselves.
to be your thing.
So I wanted them to feel comfortable to share themselves a little bit because, listen, I share a lot. I shared how I had massive diarrhea when I went to Paris and forgot I was
Anaïs's
lactose
Paris
intolerant
story,
and
yeah.
was elbows deep in some fondue. I
That's
will say
euphemism.
that I drank out of a baby bottle some very delicious ice cold apple juice
I mean, it does
for
sound
a
great.
while.
I'll take it any way I can get it, but I mean,
Exactly.
if that nipple's going to slow down the rate with which I can guzzle, if the lid's coming off,
Yeah.
if I need to do apple juice in
Well,
an open thing, I'm going to
Maybe that's the point, Mark, is to
to
control
regulate my
yourself.
apple.
Yeah.
I hate that already.
Hey.
I hate
Yeah,
that,
well.
and I hate that.
Self-regulation. I want all the apple juice. You know what? I'm switching to cider. That's it.
There's
I
that
really,
mug.
I really
There's
do
no
want
way.
to taste breast milk though. Now, Abdi says it's very sweet.
I know a guy. 30
did-
bucks. 30
well,
bucks. I'll set you up.
You know a
I
guy?
wanted to get some from Jessica, but it never
Oh.
happened.
I have some frozen in my freezer still. It's gone. There's no way it's still good.
Ruha,
Okay.
you've come to the right place for breast milk.
It's
I will
very
say-
sweet. You know what it
Fried
tastes
breast milk.
like? It tastes
Outlets.
like syrup, the milk after you eat like Fruity Pebbles or
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Fruit Loops, specifically
Yeah.
Fruit Loops milk.
Yeah.
Very sweet and sugary.
I will
Yeah,
say
it
I
sounds
did
really
taste
good.
it when I was about 15, 16. From maybe I shouldn't have started
You
this
got
story.
older
It's
and
too
older,
late now.
15, 16, 27, whatever.
Was this on that YouTube channel?
Yeah.
That's
It was a woman who who I used to babysit for her kids, and they like lived next door, and she was like super hippie, and she squirted it at me once, and yeah,
And hit you right in the mouth.
hit me right in the mouth. Yeah.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
Topanga bullseye there.
And do
Yeah, it's a
you,
Topanga
do you
bullseye.
can you confirm Fruit Loop?
Salty and
Oh,
sweet.
salty.
Oh yeah, because that came right out of the nipple, so
That's a
you
fresh
get a
one.
little
Yeah.
bit, you're getting a little sweat
Yeah, a
on,
little
your,
umami.
on your lip.
Little for
Well,
flavor.
that might be it. Yeah. Well, great story
have
to
no
end on
issue.
there.
Yeah, well, we
We have no issue drinking from cows, so I don't know why we're not trying.
I think
Oh,
the
that's a
theme
really
tonight
good
is
point.
yeah,
Really good point.
is just love your mom. Just
And
let
breast
everybody
milk
go love your mom. Yeah.
Will actually cure a lot of things. So like if you have acne, you put a little breast milk on there, it'll
Wow.
help cure that. If you have a cut, put a little on there. A sunburn, anything. It's
If your
nature's
baby
It'll
cure.
fix you up.
little breast milk.
Fix you up, baby.
If
That
your baby's
shit fix
hungry,
you
you said,
up.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say
Yeah,
little
yeah.
squirt, squirt. You know what I mean?
Say about that, squirt.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so
Ruha,
much,
thank you
Ruha.
for being
It's
here.
great
Rue, we
seeing
love you
Can't
so
wait to see you
much.
when the world is the world
Yeah.
is kind of like anything, but when you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
feel safe, or hopefully we
Yeah.
can get
Yes.
a world where you will be safe.
Keep
Yeah.
us updated.
I did pay for a very special VIP guest, so please everyone welcome for Mark, my dentist.
Oh my God, Mark.
Mark, I hear you need a teeth cleaning.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I got a few here. Could you give me a little batarang to my third incisor or my lower left incisor?
Third incisor, you say?
Yes,
Let's
please.
have a look. Okay, open wide. Let me lean back.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Thanks, Batman. Thanks, Doctor Batman.
Oh my goodness.
DDS. Dr.
welcome.
Batman DDS.
Yeah,
Wow.
Dr. Batman DDS.
What are the teeth like there in Gotham City?
Yeah.
The teeth in Gotham are bad.
I love that battery.
Batarang is
Wow.
so fun.
Oh my goodness.
This is
I don't even know how you're
incredible.
doing that.
How are you doing this? Oh my God. Ruha always bringing us the amazing. Wow, how did you do that? Look at that.
Oh, that's getting weird.
Wait, is there another Batman there?
How many Batmans you got over there?
I think you're.
Yeah.
How many dentists you got over there?
Batman's luscious curls coming out the back. It's so nice.
What else? That comedy.
Ignore the curls behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, we
I
got
love your
stab
big
comedy.
red headphones,
Stab,
Batman.
stab.
Stab,
comedy
stab,
just in
stab,
time.
stab,
Oh,
stab,
welcome,
stab,
Stab.
stab.
So amazing.
Well,
Ruha,
Ruha, where can the good people find you out there in the internet world?
Oh, Batman had to go.
Oh,
yeah.
very sudden.
Yeah, very sudden.
That's how he leaves usually.
Yeah.
You're lucky
Yeah,
to
oh,
get
yeah.
goodbye.
in the dark.
It's the dentist we all deserve. Not the dentist we need, but the dentist we deserve.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good. We got the HTTPs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you
that
got that.
We
You got
got
that.
the full URL.
Just follow that hot HTTP link straight to my Instagram.
Hit that.
Follow me.
I love it.
I'm at Ruha_haha on TikTok.
Yes.
It's not huge, but I'm
Oh,
there.
it is.
Yeah, I'm there. It exists. It's a thing that's happening.
Hell
I
yeah.
am there. And yeah, there's blocks. It's on with for my cooking show, Cook a Meal with Me, Tuesdays at 6, and I have an improv show on Twitch on
Right.
Fridays called The Good Leads with the team The Good Leads. Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific.
Hey, you booked up.
Dang, Rue.
You
I
booked
was
up.
on last week's episode of Family Time Improv Podcast. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Check that
That's
out.
awesome.
That's a good time.
Hell yeah,
Check
Rue.
Ruha out.
Amazing.
As booked as you can be, just being home.
In your home.
As booked as allows, you've maxed it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible. Thank
Well, thank you so much
We
for
love you
coming
so
on.
much. Thanks for
Love
coming.
you.
Thanks
Love
for
you.
sharing, and thanks for joining our show. And before this, you were always in the chat as well. And we just love you so much. And
And
we
I'll
really
be there. And I'll be
honored.
there from here on out.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah. Thank
Thank
We
you.
love you, Rue. We're honored to get to
Yeah.
be your friend.
This
And-
show
and
has
fans.
been so great for all to spend time with you all. Like, it's so fun to watch, and you really feel like you're laughing with your friends. I'm just here like laughing
thanks.
my ass off, and it's so cool. I love
Oh,
it.
Cool.
Rue, we
Thank
love
you.
you so much.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're so
Yeah.
honored to have someone like you who likes our show.
Yeah.
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 You know? Not all these jackasses are just
Okay.
know.
We have the best chat in the world.
No,
Denny's,
now I'm
Denny's.
now I'm gonna get bullied in the chat from now on.
I mean, it really is. I mean, you know, this chat is the smartest chat, the funniest chat. I mean, honestly, these people are hilarious.
They're the best.
Way better than, way funnier than we are.
XOXO,
Yeah.
XOXO,
XOXO.
Easily.
XOXO.
All right,
Oh.
throw your
All right,
XOs in the
Ruha.
chat
Love
for
you,
Ruha.
Rue.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Later.
Wow, that was
That
so
was so
fun.
Dang.
fun.
That was
Ruha's the
tight.
best.
Mark,
What do we do? How do we do
Mark,
this?
you okay?
Figuring
do
it
the
out, figuring
big
it out.
four. Look at this
That
big
one?
four.
Big
Dang,
four.
Big four.
Yeah.
Big
The
four.
slightly
Big
shittier
four.
sports store.
Hey,
Yeah.
not bad. No one's talked about it, but this show's been running pretty smooth.
Pretty dang
Wow,
smooth
almost,
with the yak
almost
attack.
smoother, almost smoother.
One might
Um,
say smoother.
Feels
and
smoother.
We had Stab Comedy Raid. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Welcome,
Thank you for stopping
Stab.
Yeah,
guys.
stab.
Baby Hits 639 followed us. Thank you, Baby Hits.
Thank you with the
Thank
baby.
you, baby hits.
Thank you with the baby hits.
Um.
Hell
Anybody
yeah.
got a
Who-
transition off of that? Anybody
Wow.
got a
Damn.
jumping off point or a thing?
Well, I had an idea for what I wanted to do tonight, but then when we started talking about the Twin Peaks composer,
Oh, you
since we're running a
really-
little late, should we watch that
Should
together?
we watch Twin Peaks? Should we
You
Yeah,
watch an
just the whole
entire
episode?
episode.
the entire
I mean,
thing?
I don't know if you guys have seen this, or I could do my thing that I was gonna do before.
Let's do it. Let's
What
do
does
it.
your
Let's
heart?
do
Okay.
it.
What does your heart
Yeah,
What is
say?
it? I mean,
My
Mine's pretty
Chiron
short.
is name that phobia.
All right, Yak.
let's see. Here we
You
go,
got
here we
that?
We'll
go.
see. Cross
see.
fingers. Hopes and prayers.
Dun, 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 dun,
That was it.
All right, here we go.
That's
here we
that's
go.
all we need.
Shh.
Holy
The
shit!
old
Yeah.
song.
It's the first thing. Name that phobia, and
Oh, I had to say
gonna
this.
be doing the first thing, and she is cool and she's ready. She almost changed her thing at the very last second, but she did it.
But I didn't. You know why?
Wow.
Because really, if I don't change this thing, I get to wear these motherfucking glasses again.
That's right. You've been rocking those recently.
So
That's like your
listen, I
favorite
haven't
thing.
been rocking these, and let me tell you right now, these are very dirty. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
They look
yeah.
I
pretty
should
dirty.
clean
No,
them
back
off,
away,
but I'm not
back
going
away.
to.
Wait,
because,
why not? Why?
Because it's more fun this way. It's kind of like I can't really see anything, you know.
Yeah, you got all
You
your
have
pizza
You
grease
got a baby
on?
around though.
Got a bunch of pizza grease on here. Got a bunch of pepperoni grease on here. So listen, what I thought tonight we would do is one of my favorite games is Balderdash. My favorite part of
Yes,
Balderdash
yes.
is when each person has to be an expert on something and give a definition to a word that they don't really like. No one knows the fucking definition of those words. Sometimes you do, and the person that can lie the best is the one who
Wow.
wins.
Wow.
So I want the chat to get involved, and I want the chat to decide who is which person has the best answer for the phobia. So I'm
it.
going to give you guys some random ass phobias,
Great.
Wow.
and then you're going to have to expertly tell us the derivation of the phobia.
What up,
Give
Mario?
us your analysis of
So
this.
here's a big part of Boulder Dash, Anise. Can I suggest?
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot
I'm a-
you're the big banana.
I'm
so
a games
sorry.
guy. I'm just a games guy.
Are you putting
Can
anything
I-
on the line tonight, dude?
Well, no, nothing's being put on the line.
Oh,
Dave's not here.
coward.
Dave's not here. Wouldn't be
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
But in Boulder Dash, the responses are given to someone to read, so that there's no bias based on the person saying it. So could we write it in the private chat, and then Anise, you'll read them?
Yes,
You like that?
Ah,
I love that.
Yeah.
great.
Wait, what am I doing? I'm typing in our private chat my answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the first disorder, doctors. Did you guys all bring your glasses like I asked you to in the chat or in our private?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, we have them here.
Thank you.
Easy,
Get your
easy.
doctors. I'm so glad that you could be here tonight because we have a patient. We have
I
one
hearing in
cool
the
ass
background?
doctor. One cool ass motherfucking doctor.
Dr. Cool.
Cool ass doctor. Thank you so much for leaving your vacation to be here with us tonight. The first phobia we have to focus on tonight is Kynophobia. Cynophobia.
Sino? It'd be great if we could say it right.
Cynophobia. Patient came in today. just in a deep
Oh,
sweat.
hold on. Someone is joining the party.
Oh, my
you've
God.
There he is.
You've done it now. He's
Oh,
not.
he's not happy.
He's not happy.
Not
This is a
He
this
is
is a
happy.
this is
Or
a
he
frame.
is happy.
Dave,
He's
Dave,
very
I know we
happy.
said we were canceling the
Happy.
show. We weren't gonna do it without you, but but we did it. We're halfway through the show, Dave.
It doesn't feel like this is really
What's up,
David.
everybody?
This is the most Slim Shady you've ever been.
The most
Yeah,
Slim
I feel
Shady.
a little bit
Wait, do we have double
intimidated.
music?
Dave has hijacked tech
up,
back
everyone?
from Yak.
I don't.
yeah. Who's running
No,
this
that's good.
show?
I like that Dave's doing that. Thank you, Dave.
Good, yeah.
Oh, I'm not either.
We
Dave's
got
a little quiet.
You're a
we got
little
a tech
quiet, David.
ghost.
What do you mean?
Just
Little.
your audio, your
My
voice.
whole voice?
Yeah.
I can pump you up on my side too. Let me-
Pump
My
'em
whole
up.
voice? Hold on, I got it.
All
We're
right.
up. How about now? How about now? How about now?
You
Better.
could go a little louder.
How about now? How about now?
A little louder.
How about now?
You could even go louder.
Little
How
louder.
about now? How about now?
Are you raising it
know.
at all?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Are
Okay, that's
you-
good. That's good. That's good.
That's good. But are you far from the mic too?
Oh.
There we go.
Try it
That's
now.
probably the problem.
Dave, we're so happy to
Hello.
see you.
What's up, y'all?
David Brown.
David Brown.
David Brown. All right,
Welcome to the show.
Annie's, do you want to tell us that game again so David can jump in here?
Oh,
No.
Masha Cat with 100.
No, I just
Magic
want
cat with
David
100
to fucking
bits.
figure it out on his own, okay?
Dang,
I
go
want
in the
David
deep
to
end.
flounder, okay?
I'll go
Deep
fourth.
end.
I'll go fourth. I'll just try to figure it out as we go.
Wait, can we make David big again for a second? I have got a. David, are you wearing one of those cool T-shirts that's like a big T-shirt?
It's kind of big.
No.
Let me see. Stand up. Model that T-shirt a little bit.
Oh, you mean like
Those are
those
the
long
pants.
tees?
Yeah, like a long tee.
I don't think it's a long
Oh, look at those pants.
Dang.
Long too.
Oh, okay. So that T-shirt's a little bit tie-dye.
Yes. I
Yeah.
also have my forest room is beginning.
I was gonna say I like this
I
backdrop.
was wondering about that. I thought
Still
you were
deadly
somewhere else.
quiet.
You're saying you're quiet.
You're
Yeah.
very quiet, David.
That's crazy.
Maybe
because-
Yak can
You sound okay
bump
to
you.
me.
He's-
I pumped him. He's maxed over here on
Hmm.
what I can do.
Wow.
It's because you're not hosting.
It's weird.
It's all different on the other
Does it
Now
feel
it's good.
weird?
Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
I
good.
cranked it.
All right.
Cranked it and you got to talk into it.
I mean,
Yeah. That sounds good.
You
That's
have to
how we wanna
become
see
the
it.
microphone, David. Become the microphone.
great.
Feel
I'll
the
just be right here.
essence
just be
of
right here.
microphone.
I've got to clean
Actually,
these
that-
glasses off.
You have
That
some
sounds
Do you have
good.
some glasses, Dave, that you can wear?
Oh, yeah.
Professionals here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You got to put some glasses on. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm,
Um,
I'm going with the Fauci look. I mean,
Very
have we had
nice.
Enough, have we had enough? Fauci
Very
on it?
nice.
Yes, I'm fine.
steampunk glasses.
Steampunk.
Just straight up steampunk. Can we make David big again? I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Should we just keep David big the whole time during your segment, Annie? Is that how you wanna do
David,
it?
I'm turning my room into a jungle, by the way. It's begun.
wow.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are the
Jungle Run.
cats
There's
going to
another
say
one of
about
those
that?
on this other wall. I'm going to get some plants. That whole thing behind you is just going to be like vines and stuff.
My jungle room.
Wow,
Oh,
Big
yo,
Squig's
yo.
calling you out. Fear of
Stop,
being
Dave.
2.5.
Oh yeah,
hours late.
cynophobia. Cynophobia.
Okay,
Cynophobia.
Steinophobia.
Okay, Sinophobia. We're writing in the private chat what
Big
we
Squizzle.
think it is.
Big Squiggles is on fire tonight, by the way. Okay. Cynophobia. Doctors, thank you so much for being here tonight. We need to go ahead and let this patient know what they have. Cynophobia. So David, Dr. David, if you wouldn't mind writing your phobia in the private chat, I'll go ahead and read it. And the chat is then going to let us know who they believe or which one they believe is right.
Got it.
I will say one of the doctors has already written it incorrectly. The the word. Okay, here it is. We have cynophobia, fear of wolves. Cynophobia, fear of the color blue.
Oh.
We have cynophobia, the fear of not stopping at stop signs.
Oh.
Or Sinophobia, the fear of kitten farts.
Wow.
Which
Wow.
one is correct?
Chat.
Now,
Which
as
one?
much as I like doing it this way, I also want to do it the way that I had originally, before
Okay.
Big Banana came in
Well, I'm just
with
saying
his
that's
big floppy banana.
the whole point of the game is to not give away your cards as to. But okay. All
I
right.
want to hear your guys's. I want to hear it. I want to hear the intonation.
Okay.
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 A lot of people voting blue. Seymour voted kitten farts.
Okay, kitten farts. I mean,
Because part of this, Anis, you were supposed to read the real one as well.
yeah, and I did.
And then, well, okay, well, so the chat knows that none of those were right.
Oh wait, I thought. Are we all just guessing?
Oh yeah, we were just guessing.
Because
Things are going great, huh?
had a different idea.
Okay.
What's up,
This
Jungle Man?
isn't Balderdash.
What's going on?
This is.
Yeah,
Oh my
David.
God.
David really knocked this off course. This was going perfectly.
It was going great.
Now David's too loud.
Oh.
Yeah, now David
You're
is.
really like very loud.
Yes.
Very
like,
loud?
Like ooh.
Well, no, I mean,
No, I'm just
you're
fucking
not,
with you.
you're not,
You're not.
I think
I'm just gonna go ahead and this was an example. This is a
Good.
test run
Great
How
test
not to
round.
do it.
because sinophobia is actually the fear of dogs.
Oh,
Really?
and Mark said wolves.
Did I get a point?
In Balderdash, you'd get a point.
So Mark gets a point.
But that was a practice round, so he doesn't get any points.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dylan the game master.
I'm just saying, if that was a
Rock of
practice
shit.
round.
Remember when
Rock, I
Dylan
shit.
was like, I'm going to choose the words off of what they sound like. Ooh, I want it to sound so
Hey,
good.
she's
Don't
got a
hate,
point.
don't hate the player, hate the game.
And he's
Yeah.
not even
I
doesn't
hate
even
the
have the guts to
sound.
put the banana
Mark
on the
with a
line.
commanding practice lead.
Hold
on, I gotta say this for Mario real quick.
Yes.
You'll never get me, Spider-Man.
Oh wow.
You can play like Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Was that what I was supposed to do?
Well, yeah, because you did it more like Green Goblin.
Oh, that's what it was. What does Doc Ock sound like?
What's the actor's name, Mark?
Alfred
who played-
Molina?
Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina.
That's it.
Yeah.
You'll never get me, Spider-Man.
I'm
Yeah.
Alfred Molina.
I'm Alfred Molina, and you'll never get me, Spider-Man.
Perfect.
That's pretty good.
You know-
usually
Well, that
never do
was,
this. I've
Don't-
done it once in the room already today.
We
You got
shouldn't
the-
have done
you got
that
the part.
impression without an impression challenge
Right.
payment, but all right.
A
Yeah.
freebie.
Chat, just y'all owe us.
Yeah. The chat all has to do impressions.
Y'all owe it.
That'll be fair.
All right.
How's this game
Nice.
supposed to go?
Tell us how you want us to play this game. I won't
That's
say
a- What's
What's
anything.
happening?
That's a party streamer.
Streamer
stuff.
beer, baby.
Oh, my
Yay.
LaCroix. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So this time we're gonna go with what I had originally.
Mario.
Sounds fair.
Okay,
Sounds fair.
okay.
Because I want to see each one of you have to sell it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Patient came in tonight sweating profusely,
Whoa.
claiming to have tachophobia.
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 So, without giving it much thought, Professor Yesel, it seems like you're really clocking it right now. Would you mind letting us know what you believe it is?
Tachophobia is the fear of being tackled on the football field. Joe Namath experienced this. Heisman, Barry Sanders, tachophobia.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for being here. Mhm.
Yeah.
Doctor, are you a resident here, Dr. David?
I'm a resident of every hospital.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
And the patient.
And a patient.
You're a resident and a patient.
Tachophobia.
Yes.
Give us your analysis.
Tachophobia is the fear of getting hit by a car.
Wow.
And that's true.
And that's true. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
That's the correct answer.
Damn. Sold me. Dr. Mark.
Well, I wish that I could
Oh, no,
agree
he's so
with
old.
my other Dr. Yak and Dr. David. I have my own feelings about what it means.
He's armed.
Tachyphobia is the fear of peanut butter because the tackiness of the mouth and the stickiness of the roof of the mouth is the tacky sensation.
Oh.
Interesting.
And
Whoopsie.
he just killed the man.
I've killed my upstairs
Upstairs.
flat neighbor. And that's correct. And that's correct. And that's actually correct.
Don't use my catchphrase.
And that's accurate.
I am a
Thank you.
detective, and I've broken into this mental hospital
Oh no!
to tell you what tachyphobia actually is.
Mm.
Tachyphobia is the fear.
Is he reading it from Google search?
Yes.
I can see it. 100%.
Tachyphobia.
Dylan, you gotta share. You gotta have another video on Restream showing your screen so that we can make sure.
Tachyphobia is the fear of a tactical nuclear strike.
Too accurate. Too tack.
Too accurate.
Too tactorate. You know.
Tachyphobia.
Do we get any points for being right or wrong? Is it just what?
The game aspect of this is really
I will say,
eludes me now.
two people.
Annie?
Two people have gotten. Actually, one person is the closest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One person is fairly close, surprisingly, shockingly.
So this is still the first thing, or
Wait, what do you mean?
we just keep talking about how close
Oh,
people are?
it's the fear of speed. Okay?
Oh.
The fear
Tachometer.
of speed.
So I was the closest. Yeah.
I think Dr. David was the closest.
I told you I was correct.
Wow.
Poor shit.
Wow.
Fear of speed.
Fear of speed.
Tachometer.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Hit us with another.
Okay, the next one we're going to do
Yes, fear of the.
onomatophobia. Onomatophobia.
Yeah, can you write that? Wow, write
Can
that
I?
for us.
I can.
O N O N O N.
I'll go first because I know exactly what this
phobia.
is.
Oh, Mark.
This is a fear of words that sound like the sound that they make, like boom, or a snake's. Tss. It's onomatopoeia. It's fear of onomatopoeia.
I agree.
Can you just agree?
If it's correct, then it's correct, and that's correct.
Onomatophobia is the fear of being on a mat.
You can't take this yoga class.
I'm just a detective, not a doctor. But
Catchphrase.
What are you doing here?
But I do know what onomatophobia is.
Nah.
And it is the fear of words that are spelled different than they sound.
Dang.
Dang.
Oh, he picked word stuff too.
Closest sort of word stuff.
Onomatophobia.
Phobia?
You guys got it. Well, it's the fear of names.
What the?
Names.
Oh.
The fear of names.
Names are words. We are correct.
It's like when someone comes up, like when you finish like a comedy show and then someone like outside is like, "What's my name?" You know what I
got
mean?
that. I got
Have
that. I
you
got that
ever-
1,000 times over.
We all
It's
have
the
that.
worst.
yeah.
When you say hi to someone, they're like, "Do you even know my name?"
I don't know your guys' fucking name. Thank God you guys have
Everybody
Yeah.
has this one.
The
That's
worst-
not a fear. That's
The worst anxiety
that's-
ever.
That's a
That's-
human emotion.
That's just human nature.
And let's do one more.
Yeah.
One more. Because, it's getting late. No, I'm just kidding. Pogonophobia. Pogonophobia.
How do you?
Pogo-
How do you?
P-O-G. Pogonophobia. P-O-G-O-N-O. Phobia.
See how it's
All O's?
pronounced.
Four O's?
P-O-G-O-N-O. P-O-G-O-N-O. Pogonophobia.
4 O's. Wow, 4 O's.
I think I'll go first, detective.
For us.
Detective.
Who's
here.
the detective in this?
I'm a detective.
Are we the detectives or are you the detective?
I'm a detective. You guys are doctors.
Okay.
That's the fear of not having pogs. only having slammers.
Only having
Dang,
slammers.
that's a good
There's no
problem to
pogs
have.
to slam.
Yeah.
Dang.
Only pogs, no slammers. Or the opposite.
I'm going to say that is the fear of the crust of your eyes sticking your eyes shut. Pogonophobia.
I don't even know what you said. What is it?
Pogonophobia.
Say it again.
So the crest of your eyes.
When the crust of your eyes.
Crest?
The crust. The
Crust. Oh, the crust. I thought you said
Like on your
crest.
sandwich, you would cut off the crusts. The crust of your eye, the eye boogers, whatever you would call them. It cakes and keeps your eyes shut forever. The fear of that.
That's a real
Fear of that is pogonophobia.
That can really happen.
Interesting.
Final answer.
Well, go ahead.
I think that the pogonophobia
He's sweating. He's lying.
is, I'm sweating.
You better get that
is,
sock out.
It's the fear of getting a little rock stuck on the bottom of your shoe forever.
Ooh.
Dang.
I like that.
Well,
I do hate when that happens.
You're all wrong. Because I know that it's the fear of corners. And that is correct.
What is it, Annie?
You are all very wrong.
Oh, wow.
Except for me, I
This
am
patient
correct.
is dead now because of
Wait a
your
minute. Wait,
wrong
does a patient's
prognosis.
life relies on
Yeah, 100%.
We were diagnosing.
People
we were
die from their
diagnosing.
people die from
Because-
their phobias?
All of you came in the room, and this is a fear of beards.
Oh my
That's
God!
true.
We killed the patient.
You killed the patient.
Except Yak.
That's why I don't know
I was
about it.
wearing a mask.
Except for Yak.
But I killed him.
Putting the die in
Yeah, killed him.
diagnosis.
I killed him. Yeah, I stabbed him with a beard. Well,
So,
Wow.
David brings the weird. Thank you, Marshall.
It brings the weird.
We do have a soundboard roulette.
let's do it.
Dave, could you still do that on your end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A number 9?
Probably.
Check.
Check.
Check,
One.
check,
check.
check.
No
Two.
pressure.
Check,
I
1,
mean, I
2.
can play-
Choose
2, 3,
another
4.
one. Choose another. You don't want 9. 9 is just this. You deserve better.
Absence of brevity. What's another number? It's for Matt, so play whatever you think Matt would like the most. Because he's in and out of the chat. He's probably making our logo right now. He also wants us to do a toast to Donald Rumsfeld.
Oh, 6. Goddamn 6.
Goddamn
Oh,
six.
big 6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And you give me
5,
6.
6.
Now I'm a big sports guy. Now I'm a big sports guy. Diarrhea, sports guy. Now I'm a big sports guy. Bloody stools, sports guy. Now I'm a big bloody stools, sports guy. Now I'm an electrician.
That is loud. That is loud.
Now I'm an electrician, so that
That's
was
good.
not a fun honeymoon. Now I'm an electrician, so that was not a fun diarrhea honeymoon. Now I'm an electrician, so that was not a fun diarrhea bloody stools honeymoon. Now I'm a big sports guy. I even went to the Yankee fantasy camp in Tampa. Sports guy.
Wow. Classic. Real classic.
Wow, brings us back to the old times.
Classic.
And then also a toast to Donald Rumsfeld.
And
Who the
hell is Donald Rumsfeld?
He's the formal Secretary of Defense during Bush's
Bush 1
administration. Bush 2.
Bush
Oh
2.
no, Bush 2.
Yeah.
Bush 1?
Just a fucking warmongering son of a bitch, man.
Yeah, here's my toast to him. I hope he's dead.
Rest in pieces, motherfucker.
That
Like
guy?
those goddamn lives you ruined in the Middle East, man.
Say hello to all the people you're responsible for dying.
More like Ronald Dumsfeld.
Take
Well, that's a good one. Damn it. That was the best one of all of them.
Take it.
Seymour.
Oh, he
Seymour.
died.
Take it.
Dead.
Oh, he's
He's
not.
dead.
Oh, I take it all
Bush
back.
won.
Sorry. I take
Bush
it all back.
won? Yeah, Bush is the
Bush
president. They did a
Yeah,
recount.
They
Yeah.
did a recount.
They
did a
finally got
recount.
their money back.
Well,
I
that
got
was
to
our
transition
toast.
off of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to transition off of
I got
that?
to
Big-
transition off of that.
Big
No,
Donald
transition off
Rumsfeld
that?
transition.
But well, yeah, because the phobias and its phobias are scary things, and I'm going to talk to you guys about
Blurb me.
Halloween.
Halloween.
So, Mark
One of
ex-
Dylan's not favorite words.
Right,
Hallows
exactly.
Eve.
Out of
It
that
was
list
called
of
All
words.
Hallows
Out
Eve,
of
he would
that
like
list
it a
of
lot better. But how about Mark explains the Halloween timelines?
Oh, I can tell this is gonna be
I like
short.
this.
This is going to be a quick one.
Mark explains
Yeah, make this long.
I can play the song, too.
Halloween time.
Go on.
You have the song queued up?
It's just my soundboard.
It's just my soundboard, baby.
No, I thought you were gonna play the Halloween song.
Oh, no. I was going to do the thing song.
Oh hell
you
yeah!
wanna
Ready?
do it? Please, please.
Oh, you have it, though, right?
I have something.
Here's
But
the-
I haven't
got
heard you
song.
sing it yet, so I'd love
no,
to hear
no.
it.
I would love for you to get in
Nope,
there. Please.
uh-uh,
It
Both
would
do it at
be
the
my-
same
Please.
time.
be my
Okay.
honor.
Both do it at the same time.
It would be an honor.
Yeah, really fry our
1,
brains.
2, 3.
It's time for the second thing. This one's gonna be my thing. It's about Halloween.
Number 2.
And he's gonna tell us the plots of all the movies. Even though that seems like a really, really, really long bit.
Halloween.
Number 2.
Okay.
Was that crazy or?
Now this
That
will
was
be quick
crazy.
because I got a.
That actually sounded really good.
I got
thank
a visual aid here. that
And
we
just a
can pull
reminder, this is number 2,
Oh yeah.
This is the
and
second
it's
thing.
9:45.
But it's gonna be quick. So okay, as
And
you
I don't
know,
have a thing. I don't
They
have a
came
thing.
out.
Nah, you got it.
They came out with a new Halloween Michael Myers movie, 2018. That was like 40 years after the original one. And I'm a big Halloween fan. I have a shirt. A
Yes.
Michael Myers
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Just a big old fan.
If you have a shirt, you're a fan.
couldn't tell you why. I just think the first one's really cool. I've seen all of them. And I
Why?
just-
Could you tell us why?
I don't know if I can tell you why. I don't know. It's not like I enjoy watching people get killed. I just like the spookiness of it. I grew up in like suburbia, and so the fact that this is very intrinsically tied to like suburban boogeyman stuff, I think really speaks to me. I just grew up in the boring
Spooky.
suburbs, and I'm like, oh, this would be kind of fun to happen.
Oh,
So,
wait, I don't have to wear these
Okay.
anymore.
so yeah, so what they
Dylan.
Can't even tell the game was over.
Okay.
So they've done a lot of interesting things.
Yeah,
with the
explain
timeline
this
here.
to us.
So the first movie was in 1978. It's the
Okay.
first Halloween. The first Halloween. Really low budget movie. Started a lot of careers. Jamie Lee Curtis's first movie.
Jamie!
Very highly regarded. Even now is considered like one of
Oscars!
the first forerunners of like the slasher genre. Really successful. So off of that, you have 3 possible choices where you can go.
So this is
Wow,
because
this is
the canon changes?
Yeah, so the canon
Yeah.
changes. So originally they made a sequel to the first Halloween.
That just
Okay.
Halloween
goes
2
right away.
takes place. It continues immediately.
It's a musical.
It's a musical.
Yeah, classic
A
sequel.
lot of kicking and slapping and tapping. It picks up like immediately after the night. So the new Halloween that's coming out this October, Halloween Kills, which they just released a trailer for. That's the reason I'm doing this.
I
by the
didn't
way. haven't
realize
set
that.
up. They're doing 2 more. They're making the new one that came out. They're making that a trilogy. One comes out this October. The last one comes out next October, and then that'll complete this trilogy. So there'll be all these different timelines. But like the original one, because Halloween 2 takes place exactly the same night, came out 3 years later, but it takes place on the exact same night as Halloween 1. which is pretty
Yes.
interesting. So that whole timeline can go this way here. So you watch Halloween 2, you can jump to Halloween 4, and then Halloween 5. You can't do Halloween 3 because Halloween 3 has nothing to do with Michael Myers.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Because that's about.
the second one came out and
about
they
chess?
burned him at the end. It's about a bunch of people playing chess.
It's H2O? Is that the third one?
No, it's called Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And they realized that like, oh, we killed off Michael Myers at the end. We don't, and like Jason wasn't even a big thing yet. So they didn't have the idea of like franchise unkillable scenario.
yeah.
That
wow.
just didn't exist.
I forget that didn't exist.
Yeah. So at the
Yeah,
end
good
of that
point.
movie, he gets
Man.
like shot in the eyes and he gets burned and blown up. And they're just like, well, so that's how people die. So that's over.
Where is that on the timeline, Mark, visually?
They didn't even put it on this one. I pulled a bad one for you. So there's an outlier. There's a Halloween 3, which has nothing to do with Michael Myers.
Oh, because it's not Michael Myers' story. So it's not
They
on
were
the-
like, all right,
wow.
we're going to make a anthology. We'll make a Halloween movie every year, the company.
That's also not by year either.
No,
like
this is not necessarily by, this is
in
just
the
by
like when they
timeline.
were made, yeah.
Purposefully,
Right.
because it's the
Yeah.
order they
So
appear.
it would
It's the
be
order that you could follow.
Dave,
a
it's the
timeline.
order of the timelines.
No,
not
I know
the
that.
order-
I know that. No, I know that. Yeah, I was also thinking that it was some weird of like what year it came out. So
No.
Halloween 3 probably came out between 81 and 88, I guess.
Yeah, that one came out in 1982 or 3. I think it was like very quickly after.
Oh, wow, they were
and
trying.
it's about, and Mario's right, it's about bug masks. It's this evil guy
Bug
makes
masks?
Halloween masks, and if kids wear it and they watch his Halloween mask commercial on TV,
What?
which their heads they will turn to bugs. That's the best way to describe it. The mask eats
What?
their head, turns them into bugs and reptiles, and kills them.
Are you
So
fucking
his
kidding?
plan,
What?
he's getting
And they didn't
millions of kids.
franchise that story?
Yeah,
That's-
where's that chart?
That's the magic. That you want that. That you want that fucking chart. So the movie ends and they literally
Bug
are trying to
masks?
stop the commercial from airing, and they don't. Kids
They
still are
don't.
wearing the mask, and then it just cuts to black, and it's crazy.
Ooh.
Let's
So-
watch that together.
Yeah, that's a fun.
So when did
wacky
they
one.
start redoing it? So they went all the way through Halloween 5 on the bottom left before they
Yes.
were like, we need to restart this.
Yeah, they
and
did
that
Halloween-
restarted with H2O, it looks like.
They did Halloween 6, then they did Halloween 7, which is H2O. This
Yeah.
movie, so this started a whole new timeline because this ignored these 3 movies here.
Right.
This
Wow.
movie was just
But-
like, okay, Laurie Strode from the first movie. This was 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
because the little girl in these movies is supposed to be his niece. He goes after his sister in the second movie. Then they're
Damn,
like, all
what
right,
a
the sister's
dickhead.
dead. We're gonna go. He
Yeah.
wants to kill his family.
I
for
can
some-
kill random people, dude.
I mean, he's a
Damn,
monster.
this dude's a
Oh, he does
dickhead.
that too. Yeah, he kills everybody, but he doesn't do that in the
But
new movies.
fam?
'Cause that's a whole new. He does. Yeah, because
He kills fam?
they retconned a lot of big stuff because they made up like, oh, he kills his family. Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis is his sister. They just made that up in the second one
Oh, yeah.
because it's kind of like Darth Vader was his father. They wanted a little, a little
Darth
juice
Vader was in
there.
this?
Yeah, Darth Vader versus Michael Myers. Fucking yeah. And then the Emperor showed up and Boba Fett.
Darth Vader versus Michael Myers.
So if you want,
That'd be
here's where
some
it says
fan fiction.
this says Laurie's dead. This has a couple interesting things here. So you can go 2 ways.
Yeah.
This is Laurie's dead. They say the character's dead, and you follow the niece.
Okay.
So this movie came out and was like, no, Laurie's alive. There is no niece. So you can watch Jamie Lee Curtis here, and then 20 years later you can pick up her story here and a little bit here. That's another option that you can do.
Wow.
Or you could just go right to the one that came out in 2018 because they ignored even Halloween 2.
Yeah.
They were just
You know
going
what's
right
you know
from
what's
this movie
Wait.
to this movie.
what's really weird
Well-
is I've only seen the 2018 one. That's the only one of these movies I've
Oh,
seen.
really?
Not even the first one?
Not even the first.
Wait,
one.
but
you feel
Mark,
lost at all, or
wait,
no?
where does the new one
Nah.
you're talking about coming in?
So that's going to be a
This-
sequel to this movie. That'll branch off.
The
here.
2018. Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
so
Because
that's
Dan-
its own
the ones on the
standalone.
right.
The Danny
Or-
McBride. The Danny
This is a
McBride
whole
series.
new one because in 2007, Rob Zombie remade the first
Rob
People
Halloween.
Zombie
love,
did one?
Yeah, people love
Yeah.
that.
So these are 2 standalone movies about Michael Myers, same basic story, him breaking out of a mental asylum, coming back, attacking people, but completely independent of
Did
anything.
Rob do both of them or just the first one?
He did both of them, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
And they're
that.
both pretty bad shit, crazy as well.
Huh.
So it's just very interesting to
Can-
me that they've retconned.
Yeah, it's
Can you zoom in on them? I just want to read the taglines on the
Oh, that's
the covers real quick.
Yeah, so this
What was the
one
first
is
one?
The Night He Came Home.
The night
You're gonna
he
love-
came home.
You're going to love part 2s.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't say it. It says more of the night he came home.
No way.
And it
It's literally
says
just the
all
same.
new.
Yeah, keep going to bottom left. Let's go in that order.
Okay, so this is Halloween 4.
Yeah. So hold on. So Halloween 3 happened. They pretended like it was over, and now
Then they had to make it up. There. Okay, so he was blown up in the explosion at the end of part 2. He's alive. He's in a coma. He's covered in burns. He's in a hospital somewhere where he's like a prisoner.
Yeah.
They're transferring him the night before Halloween, as they always do in all these
Classic.
movies.
Yeah.
They're always transferring him to a new hospital the night before Halloween.
Or
and
new
he
prison.
always breaks out. So this one is 10 years ago. He changed the face of Halloween forever. Tonight, he's back.
ugh, brought him back. That's all it takes. They're like, how can we bring him back? And they're just like, I don't know, write it on the box.
Just
Yeah,
bring
right
it
there, he's back.
Just say that he's
People
back.
know.
Oh,
We gotta put his face real big on the
Yeah.
box because people are gonna think it's a mask thing again.
But I thought he died. Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
he's back.
That's all the explanation you need. You're wrong.
Yeah.
This one's Michael
Tricked ya.
Lives, and this time they're ready.
Okay.
Oh,
and
okay.
there's a little girl in a clown suit,
Yeah, that's
Because
his
That's the
point that out.
niece. That's the niece.
Yeah,
and she became it.
yeah,
Right, yeah,
basically,
yeah.
she's rocking exactly its outfit there.
Okay.
Terror never rests in peace. That's just a generic bullshit. That's just a.
They were getting lazy. Yeah.
That's
they
a
were-
Curse of Michael Myers.
Shatner. Shatner was Shatner in one? No.
This is a good one. So this came out in August for some reason. A Halloween movie in August. This summer, Terror won't be taking a vacation.
What does that have to do with it at all?
Because
It's coming
it
out in the
didn't come
summer.
out on Halloween.
But
movie didn't
Halloween's
come
not
out.
even a vacation day.
Well, that's the joke.
Well, this
I get it
summer.
off
'cause
at
the
my
movie
job,
came out-
David.
The movie came out during the vacation.
Yeah, it
when
didn't
it
come out
should have
on
come
Halloween
out
time.
on Halloween. So this summer, Halloween won't take a vacation.
No.
This summer, Halloween won't be a holiday. That
But
you
Mark,
vacation
why is it
around.
called H2O?
So it's 20 years after the original movie.
Oh,
so it's
20.
supposed to be Halloween
Actually, it's about
20 years
19 and a
later.
half because it's during the summer before
Exactly,
the
you know
20th.
And people
So-
are thirsty in the summer.
You know what, Dave? They're not taking a vacation, so they're counting it as.
Oh,
the
it's
half
already
a
on
year.
there.
When I
Yeah.
heard it,
I
I
have
was
to
like,
say-
why
It's
are
on
they
the
calling
cow.
it water? Why are they calling it Halloween?
H2O
Yeah.
and
What is that for?
Resurrection, such late, early 2000s,
Oh,
Video
pure
store.
garbage.
You just
Yeah.
picture them in the video
Busta
store.
Rhymes,
Yeah.
Tyra
Yes.
Banks. This
Busta.
is Evil
Yeah.
finds its way home.
On the face. I mean, somebody made a lot of money for making that poster.
And real quick,
And
Mark,
all the
has
Jamie
stars
Lee,
inside the knife.
was that when
Yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis came back? She wasn't in any of those other ones,
Jamie
right?
Lee Curtis has been in more than half of the entire Halloween series. Jamie Lee Curtis is in this one.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in this one.
Okay.
She's in this one, 3.
Okay.
She's in 4. She's
Okay.
in 5. And she's going to be in 6 and 7 that are sequels of
Wow.
this. So by the end of
Jeez.
next year, there will be 13 Halloween movies. And she will have been in 7 of them.
J-Car, I was about to say the same thing. Jamie Lee was awesome in the most recent one. That was
She's
my favorite
kick-ass,
part
yeah.
of it.
And
was
it's
that
cool
she
because
kicked so much ass. Yeah.
There's common themes in the H2O one. It's 20 years later, and she's faked her death, and she's still living with the damage of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
This movie, it's 40 years later. But she's doing it in a different way as an
More
as an actor.
badass.
It's really interesting. One is like traumatized in a different way than the other version
That's so
is.
cool.
It's very interesting from just an acting point of view, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm a big Halloween fan, and this October,
In this October.
This October, Terror
He's
won't
back.
be taking a vacation.
Wow. This.
Mark won't be taking a vacation for
This,
Halloween.
this Christmas, evil won't be Eastering on Hanukkah.
you're going to be giving thanks that Terror took a vacation.
Mark, I think
Oh,
you
look at
blew
that.
out your mic a little.
She did
Ah,
a voiceover in 4 too, so really she'll be in 8 Halloween movies.
Oh,
there
wow.
might be a little segment of her in 4.
Is
they
Pat
have
Monahan
they have pictures
job?
of her. They have
Pat
pictures of her. in 4.
Monahan job. Oh yeah, yeah, we've seen
So
She did a voiceover.
I don't think she did a voiceover, but they do find pictures of her that like her likeness. So she.
Oh, he's
technically was in the
asking.
movie.
They're asking you, Mark, if she did a voiceover.
Oh,
in
she
4.
did.
They
she
found
did
a
not do
likeness.
voice. She
Okay.
had no. She had no affiliation with 4 or 5 or 6.
Interesting.
That was fun,
Wow,
Mark.
I didn't. Mark,
That
I
was
honestly
a
didn't
wild
even know
time.
they were coming out with 2 more, or
Yeah, it's supposed
a
to come out.
trilogy.
It was
3
supposed to come
more.
out
No, 2
last
more.
October. 2 more. Yeah, it was supposed to come out last October, but the pandemic.
Unreal. I had no idea.
I heard
It's
people,
crazy
fans really liked that one, right? Did you like it, Mark?
I did like it. Yeah, there were some things I was like, man. But the thing is, it's you can't.
That
it's the guy with
that
the mask.
character
Like,
is
there's
so
nothing
good.
you can do with it. You basically just have to remake it and make it cooler. It's what you have to do with these movies, which have no reason to be remade, is to do the thing that everybody hates about remakes. Is like just do the exact same thing, just update it for today. Like, just do the exact same thing that people want, because you're not going to get any more mileage out of a dude who doesn't talk with a mask that just stabs people. It's just like whatever you whirl around that character. It's not even a character. That's the crazy thing.
No,
I don't
yeah.
really even know why I like
Can't
it.
they like give
It's a
him?
concept.
How'd they do the last Wolverine movie?
Jetpack, right? They could just give him a jetpack. Is that
Oh,
what
you
you're
mean
gonna say,
go through
Dave?
time, quantum.
Oh
leap?
no, Wolverine, the final sad Logan.
Oh, Logan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Logan.
Yeah, give him a
death.
Logan. Give him
Yeah.
like
They
take
might
the
do
mask
that with this
off.
next
Give him
one.
like some
Well, he's
lines.
this baby.
Give him some
I mean,
claws.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
On the X-Men.
well,
Give him
Dave.
a
Actually,
monologue?
that
Give him a monologue.
Wait, is that what you? No.
Yeah, make
I
it
Dave,
love
that
that Michael
is-
Myers had a monologue if he just took his mask off.
That is actually what they kind of do with Jamie Lee Curtis, is that they make her character, older, more badass, like grizzled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's very like Sarah Connor.
Oh,
Sarah
got it.
Connor.
Yeah.
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 But
It's
it's
just
a-
be
it's a
him like trying to connect
sad
with like a
Wolverine.
daughter that he had, like just kind of like him like kind of feeling bad about all the murders and stuff.
Well, what they should do is just have him fight Freddy, fight Jason. Just fucking.
Yeah, where's
throw
the-
him
He
out.
he
crossover.
he
Make
want
the
okay.
Avengers
Here's the
with
pitch.
with the
He wants to have like a redemption, and the only way that he can be redeemed is by killing all the other like movie bad guys,
I
like
think
Kill
you're already
Bill.
giving them too much stuff. I think you got to do like Freddy versus Jason, where they do their thing. I don't think you can change him intrinsically as a character. I think you just have to you just got to transfer.
No,
him.
no, we're changing him.
Oh, he's gonna do a monologue.
Yeah, he talks.
No, Dave has no respect for.
works.
Yeah.
Hey, stop writing about this because I wrote a new thing and it's the new thing.
You know
and
what? I
it's the only-
changed it. I changed it. Han Solo is now
Oh.
the big dog, and the
Yeah.
big dog is now. Han
Hold
Solo.
on. I'm so sorry that I'm messing with such a perfect canon that Mark
Right.
had to show us a goddamn diagram of how the movies work.
You're making a 5th timeline, David. Stop.
You.
Well, you know what? Avengers did the time jump thing. That's what every movie should do. I heard a rumor that that's what the Indiana Jones movie is going to do. Is just you're literally going through time and interacting with your younger self. 'cause
Yeah,
the
it's
Avengers
fun.
did it so
That's
well
really
in the
fun.
last
Time
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
way
you
you
know,
can.
just a little
The
time.
Flash is doing that with Batman. Like it's going to be Michael Keaton's Batman talking to this new Flash. Like reality
Really?
is
Ooh.
nothing. So just slip Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers into a time stream and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
fight someone.
Put him in the real world road rules challenge.
Yeah, put him on.
Put him in the same dorm
Yeah.
with a 6-pack and a case of.
Diaz.
Yeah. but
Well-
that's it. Yeah, that's it for my Halloween.
Bill, you got something?
Yeah, that
was
could
awesome. Thank
transition.
you. All right.
I don't have anything.
Because mine is about movies too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mine is
Okay.
about being in a movie.
Hello.
Oh.
Shit.
My tagline could be Mad World, Dylan's feature. That
Catchy?
catchy, right? Or you just say Mad World.
I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. All
right, Dave.
Make a deal big.
It's time for the third ring. This one is about the heroes and lights and glamour of a place called Hollywood. And Dylan moved from a long ways away, but now he's here and his dreams are coming true, 'cause he's starring in a movie called Mad World.
Number 3.
Dang, that was tight.
Yeah. So this is about in 2010. Well, that's when the movie got released. I mean, we
Got
made
big.
it. Yeah, we made it earlier than that. I was in a feature film that was basically like an offshoot of a student film that I was also in called Mad World, and it was on Netflix for a while, and I thought it still was, but it's not. I think it might be.
I watched it on Netflix when it
Yeah,
was.
I watched
though.
it on
That was really
Netflix.
cool.
I think it might
Ooh.
be coming back to Netflix. The reason I brought this up is because the director just called me out of the blue and was catching up with me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it might be coming back to Netflix."
You got to do a commentary.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back.
It might be coming back to Netflix. It's
Ooh.
also not available on Amazon Video anymore, which it was for a little while. But so I was thinking of showing the trailer.
Yeah.
But I told Yak they do say the N-word in it twice. Now, it's the bad guys saying it. It's supposed to get a reaction out of you. What do you guys think about that? You think it's okay? I could also mute it when they say it.
This is weird.
Is that weird?
What is the movie about?
I think. What do you maybe just mute it? LOL.
Yeah.
Says
Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah,
Great.
just mute it.
Great.
All right.
That took a turn. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, the movie is has a part that's
drama,
about
yeah.
racism. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
drama, guys. This is not
heavy.
a comedy.
It's Dill, young Dill acting.
Oh, yeah.
It's real. It's heavy, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Show us that Hev. Show us that
Yeah.
Hev, dude.
Okay.
Right
Ready?
here. I'm gonna share
And
you.
now,
Right.
coming to Netflix this weekend.
This summer, Terror won't be taking a vacation.
It's a privilege.
We can hear it. Yeah.
First day of school and already at the principal's. Don't get smart with me, boy.
Don't worry, I know the school doesn't want people to get any smarter.
What is wrong with you?
Why don't I even hang out with you guys?
Let's do it.
Is that Britney Spears?
Mm-hmm.
That looked like exactly like Britney Spears.
Get out of my house. Oh, not you. Not you.
Whoa.
Aye.
Oh, no. There's a lot of trigger warnings you could have given us here.
Oh yeah. Wait.
What happened?
Here it is.
Oh!
You treat anyone that doesn't fit your little mold of things like monkeys in the zoo.
Oh my goodness.
Mark.
That
That's
hat
still me?
could change. Yeah.
That was.
Get out of here, you pervert!
You just got called a pervert?
You walked
You
in
guys
on
act like
something
you
you
know
shouldn't
what's
have
best for us! What's best for you, just fucking leave! Fuck you! Fuck you!
I'm feeling something's wrong.
Stop it!
Is that the Topanga Forest?
Get me
Oh, the
fucking
punch and vomit?
Ah!
Oh my
God.
After you've been expelled, huh?
Sick of people who turn the other cheek. Sick of myself.
I need to talk to you for a minute.
Jevin is dead.
I used to think things could change. It won't.
It all just happened so fast.
Whoa.
Wow.
Bad guy.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was about a school shooting.
I was gonna say, was this about a school shooting?
Yeah.
Straight up villain. Yeah, the school
Yeah.
bell and the guns cocking really locked it in for me.
And they waited. You know, he wrote it. I think right after Columbine. But you know, we didn't shoot it that close to that. But yeah.
There's a new movie coming out that's literally like Die Hard during a school shooting.
Okay, I don't know. About that.
And
I
it
don't know
takes
if I
like an
that.
action movie tone. It's really strange. I've seen the trailer a couple times. I forget what it's called, but it's like a woman, well, I guess one of the students, she's got like a hunting background with her dad or something like that, and she somehow gets away. It's literally just like Die Hard mapped over a school shooting.
Whoa.
It's like, whoa.
That's so crazy. Like, is that the fucking world we live in?
Yeah. Just
Oh my
making
god.
movies about
But it's
the world.
fun. They
But
made
it's
it. They
cool.
gave it that Die Hard fun element.
But you know, it's got a Die Hard fun.
Fuck. Dylan, the acting, all of the actors look so good in that.
Yeah, I was really lucky to be. I was trying to find this screenshot or this picture from set, but I can't find it. But yeah, it was a really great group. It was super shoestring budget, and then obviously, as you could tell, that the content is really dark. There's a lot of like pretty upsetting
Look
stuff.
at this. Maja Cat said it's 9 out of 10 on IMDb.
One second, I'll be right back.
Yeah, the interesting part about it is it kind of has like a cult following, so it has a lot of
Mad World,
a lot of love for that. Yeah.
So what is the? I mean, obviously, Mad World has a literal meaning, but was there another meaning for the title?
He just the writer director. He said that was always the title he had in his head, and he just like stood by it. And the funny part is he got like a lot of like he thought he wasn't going to be able to use it because of the song Mad World and because of the movie It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. Like they have a trademark for just Mad World somehow also. And so he thought he wasn't going to be able to use it, and he went through a bunch of like, I guess, legal trouble, but he really wanted to call it that.
That's a great title.
Yeah, and it's
Mad
cool.
World.
A really great title.
There you go.
Damn, Dill.
Yeah, so that was.
It's good. If you guys get a chance to watch, I mean, it's heavy, but it's good.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know if it comes back on Netflix.
Yeah.
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 So I'll go. I know we're running, a long show here, but I'll go next and make myself big here. How do I do that? Do this, and my thing is, college humor submission.
Oh, I know this thing.
This one is a cool.
It's so good.
Funny, strange.
How did it get into College Humor?
This one's gonna be fun.
It's shocking.
You'll be outraged.
Like it's a mad world.
This isn't kindergarten. This is college humor.
Oh yeah,
You're all
I
going
remember
serious.
this submission, and I remember being like, "Shoe in."
Oh, I don't know. I look back at it and I'm like, what was I thinking? So the story is, before I even submitted College Humor, I had a full-time job, and I quit my full-time job, and instead I just was working as an intern at College Humor, 2 days a week, getting paid minimum wage. And I loved it, and I did it for a year, and it was great. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna meet people, maybe I can get on there sometime. I didn't get on there, met a lot of people, had a really good time. But then years later, I was more involved with UCB, and they actually asked me to like submit a packet and to be part of the cast, which for me was a huge deal and huge honor. And so part of the packet was some writing samples, but then you had to submit a reel. And I was like, oh, why don't I just do like a weird, fun song with characters? So that's what this is. So
Ooh, let's do it.
It's so good.
Let's get real.
Hi, my name is Yasel Manrique, but my friends call me Yak. Hit it. This is a little song from me and my bud, so come along for the fun. Don't be a stick in the mud.
Wait a second before I start. Before I forget, I want to tell you I ain't eating no dinner yet. But College Humor has a break room and lots of snacks. Snacks for days, according to my buddy Yak.
I mean, this would be huge on
Baby TikTok.
TikTok.
Yo, I got kale chips and cereal, granola bars, that's for real, yo. Great place to work, a better place to eat. I'll think about Bagel Fridays during this next beat.
They had Bagel Fridays.
Oh no, that's so funny.
Oh, look at this creep. Look at this creep.
College Humor has not one, but two fridges and a little sink where you can do your little dishes. And you got coffee, Coke, OJ, and water, and a microwave to make your food a little hotter.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
So perfect.
College Humor has a nice break room. College Humor has a cool
nice
break
break
room.
room.
College Humor has a warm break room. College Humor has a fancy break room.
Dude, that robot break room breakdown.
What the hell?
Yup.
College humor, king of the break room. So many treats if you stack and you reach the moon. College humor, king of the break room. So many munchies at a bomb. Tick, tick,
Boom, they got baby carrots, apples, bananas too. You know, healthy stuff that's good for you. They also got bunions if you're into that. Oh yeah, milk too, regular and not fat.
Yeah, dude, they got snacks a bunch, but I won't eat it all. I brought my own lunch, so fear not. And let me in, I love to see that college humor break room again.
Never saw it again.
Never saw it again.
College humor has a cool break room. College humor has a nice break room. College humor has a warm
They put up
break
pictures
room.
of every
College
one of
humor
these
has a
characters
best
and was like,
break
if you see this
room.
person or any of these people, kick them out of the building.
Here's the thing. Okay, that's after.
Perfect.
Okay, I think here's the thing. College Humor then started doing this thing where it was like a writer's room, and all the sketches were like about this group of people as like real people that were like you know what I'm saying?
Yes. They got a cast. Yeah. They made a cast.
They weren't doing like
wasn't like
zany-
sketch like
yeah.
They
It was
were
all very grounded. Yeah.
When I worked there, they were, and
That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah. When I worked there, they were doing a lot of character stuff, not with like just the main cast, but like a lot of other actors.
Made a
or
hard
whatever.
pivot.
And then but the writers' room aspect was always involved, but yeah, they really doubled down later and kind of made that the crew. But yeah, that was my submission, and I never heard
Absolute
anything,
perfection.
and-
Never heard anything.
They're
No.
lost. They're lost.
But I had fun for a couple hours, and
Man,
I
you
was
gotta get
nervous.
on the internet, dude.
You gotta get
trying
your ass
to.
on that internet, man.
Yeah,
You heard of YouTube.com?
Yeah, HTTPS.
Yeah, have you done YouTube?
Hit up that YouTube.com.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forward
dude.
slash
I'm trying to
That was our
upload- I'm trying to
sponsor.
upload every day on YouTube.com. Y'all.
Gotta get your loads.
And
Gotta get your
sometimes
loads up.
Yeah, dude, you gotta double up sometimes. Get on that Vimeo.
Oh,
man.
For more views.
But yeah, that was fun.
that's
and,
amazing.
Yeah, it's so perfect.
Damn.
They really missed out.
It's actually
They
even
missed
better than I remember it.
Yes.
It's better than I remember it.
And for David's thing, we could just do the 30 seconds of Malad Brando honks that was purchased by Maja
I love
Cat.
that. All right, hold on. Let's make it official.
Let's make it official. This is it.
Marlon Brando.
I thought you were counting down or something?
Yes, making it official. This is number 5.
Oh, got it. I thought this was a countdown. I had
This is a
frozen.
countdown.
I was like, oh wait, do
and
I
now we're
say
doing
call?
It's time for the fifth thing.
Yeah.
This one's only gonna be 30 seconds of
an impression of a man like a duck.
Number 5.
This one came from an earlier show where she tried to do impressions, but I fucked up and I ended up sounding like a motherfucking duck.
Number 5. So this is 30 seconds of Marlon Brando's hacks. Malad Brando.
Jack's so good at it.
Yeah, Lee. Yeah, give us a
It's the
Make him an offer.
Is that a whole scene where
On the day you married my daughter, Hank.
I never wanted this for you, Michael.
I could have been a honk tender.
Could have been a honk tender. Could have been a chicken tender.
honk phone?
Wow, we did that.
Oh, wow.
Guys, we're not afraid to do comedy.
We are not afraid.
We're not afraid.
Not afraid.
Guys,
Oh, goodness.
this has been a wild show. What a wild show.
What a wild ride.
What a ride.
No, David, he came through. Ruha shared her life with us.
Shared their life with us.
Their life with us. Thank you. It's something
We're
that
all
I gotta
learning.
work-
We're all
I gotta
growing.
work-
learning, hey, well, that's how we.
I gotta work
That's great.
on learning to use pronouns and
Yeah, baby.
Get
any
those
opportunity
pronouns.
is good opportunity. And we
Heck yeah.
love y'all. We
that,
thank
true
you guys, y'all for being here in the
for
chat.
hanging out with
Shout
us.
out to Yak for running the board.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, picking
How's
up
it,
the
how's it feel,
mantle
bud?
of
How'd
the-
it feel being in control, man?
Not as crazy as I thought it was gonna feel. Like I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like,
Nice.
hey, if you ever need to take a vacation, I got your back. But honestly, you deserve to be, you
Halloween
deserve
never
to
takes a vacation.
Halloween.
Oh.
Michael Myers takes a holiday.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
David Michael
yeah.
Myers Brown. Oh,
Jake,
dude.
We can't wait for that
Mod-
jungle to be built behind
It's gonna
you,
be awesome.
David.
I'm gonna put a big plant right there in the corner, even
And
though
you know-
that does look nice, like a little
That
sunrise.
looks
is-
sick, yeah, actually.
Plant it
Just
up.
showing
Dude,
up.
plant it up.
We
This
we
was
have
true.
guests coming up.
Oh, I know,
guests.
Ruha.
Oh,
I know. I
don't
missed
have
you
any
as well.
pictures of anyone,
I was
but
working my
next
bum
coming
off.
up on 7/8 on Thursday. Next Thursday we got Ryan Rosenberg from
Rosie Rosentown.
David Brown and I shot a short with him and Dan Lippert a couple weeks ago.
sure we'll catch up on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we'll show you guys some raw footage next show. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God!
All right. Yeah, you
Who's
Right.
after Rose?
On 7/15.
Sundance.
We got John Milheiser.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
Formerly of a
Unbelievable.
Saturday
Fire.
Night Live from the
Millie!
Club.
Mhm.
Yeah, John. will
Can he
stop
just
by.
do
Very funny.
like 45 minutes of a one-man show for us?
I think we could get him. I think that wouldn't be hard to convince him.
I
to do
don't
it.
think,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
He
think it'd be
has
hard
to
at all.
show
would
up
be
to the
hard.
stream like a man trapped in the wind.
Yeah.
Like
I think one time
man
when we were on a
in the
sketch team, he kept pitching he wanted to play Joanne of Joanne Fabrics, and she just came in
Oh,
just covered in fabrics and sheets and drapery and stuff. And maybe
Tell
if
him
we're
it-
lucky, we'll get.
yeah,
Didn't that
tell
make
him-
it?
That's one of my
That made it
favorite
into his
places.
one-man show, right? Didn't,
You know, I think
or-
if we said no long
That was
enough,
on-
it probably went into the show. Yeah.
that was on SNL.
Yeah, it was on Saturday Night Live.
No, I think it was in his one-man show, and he had like
Really?
he literally had like a fucking 50-foot scarf.
Well, that was the scarf he was
Oh, that
taking
was the
off. It was a
scarf.
fight.
Yeah, yeah.
He was taking off a big
Yeah.
Oh,
scarf. in a
right,
fight,
okay.
And then he argues. He's like, "I'm leaving," and he has to put the entire scarf back on, Fast and Furious. One of the best physical.
You guys
comedians.
don't
I mean,
miss
truly,
that.
truly
Don't
one of
miss
the
that.
Damn
best.
physical
Don't miss
comedians.
Don't miss Milheiser.
So
Yeah.
Great, and
Fun's coming up.
we're gonna I know we haven't been sticking to our schedule, but we are gonna start game streaming on Sunday again, and we're gonna start a show on Monday, probably next Monday, the Monday after next.
After the holiday. After the holiday.
Yeah, we won't be game streaming on Sunday because of the holiday. After that, we start.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
We love you guys.
Get ready.
Love y'all. See you next week.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
See you on the flip flop.
Flip flop.
Flip flops.